What? I'm Ted. Okay, this is who I am.
Welcome, fellow astrologers, to the Astrology Podcast.
No.
Top
10 signs.
Hey, top 10 signs. Number 1.
We're also going to be doing our crystal review
Shout out
later
to Drum.
today.
Appreciate it, dog.
Oh, can we charge?
What is your favorite crystal?
I left all my beers. Goodbye.
There's a picture of me in 6th grade with a little crystal necklace that I wore.
Really?
Intentionally, I never wore it before or after photo day because I was like, this is cool. I'm going to take a rest.
This is special.
But then after I saw the picture, I was like, this was not cool. This was not special. And this crystal isn't giving me power like in Lord of the Rings.
You had to charge it is the thing.
Yeah, you didn't charge it right.
Yeah. Everyone knows that you need to put your crystals out on a full moon and let them bask in the moonlight, and that's how they charge up.
Yeah.
It's not sun.
No.
You don't want them to go down to 0. That actually is really bad for the crystal.
It's
You
negative.
want them, just restart them.
You don't want to fully charge it for too long.
You don't want to fully charge your crystal either.
Because that's too much added energy.
Yeah, you might have to smudge it with some sage if you do that.
I just smudge my fucking ash onto it. Keep it nice and fresh.
Ryan, quick deep dive. What is me being a Taurus? Is that what it is? Taurus?
Are you a Taurus? You're such a Taurus.
Thank you. That's perfect.
It's perfect. Hey, this is the podcast. This is Allston Melee podcast amp, and I'm Ryan. I'm forcing it. Amp. It's called amp. I'm Ryan. That's Patti. That's Ted, and special guest Jackzilla. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. Yes.
I said earlier, but I think you're the quickest guest we've ever had back on.
In quick succession.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means we just hate our other friends.
We needed more. Immediately.
That soun's good to me.
Yeah.
Well, Jack's our only friend who's like
Friendship is a battle for the, it's a 0-sum game. There are only so many friends that one can have.
I think you legitimately were the only person who was on the pod and was like, hey, let me know if you need someone again.
Yeah. Everyone else leaves and it's like, I'm good. Like,
Yes.
let me know when you need me again because I'm out of here. But we got a great show tonight. We have an amazing wheel to partake in.
Mm-hmm.
What's your all-time? Can you do a top 10 wheels on the Allston Melee podcast at some point?
I'm a hater of the wheel.
Any of the one?
Have you got 10 of them yet?
Everyone hates the wheel but me.
I like the wheel.
I like the wheel.
Oh,
It's a facilitator that's impartial. It's like a dungeon master.
You got to spin the wheel, Jack.
no, not right now. No.
Not now, but you will. Just heads
Can
up.
I just do it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and you'll go up.
Yeah, you'll be spinning. You and Patty will take care of it. It'll be great. I like the wheel because it ruins transitions and it ruins flows. It's a beautiful thing where it's like it's not in our hands what happens.
Yeah.
We're here for the
We're
ride.
getting tossed around on the wheel.
Yeah, but we have a new thing where I kind of have a topic in mind to start us off with. It's like our title, and I have just terrible news for everybody here.
It's all our fault.
It's all our fault. It's all my
Not
fault.
our fault. It's not our fault, I think.
I froze Pokemon Stadium for everybody.
Oh,
Ryan.
I froze it. I ratioed someone on Twitter who I thought was from Northeastern, Omar,
Thought it
who
was our
turns
friend.
out not our friend. I mean, granted, I'm sure we could be friends, but like not currently acquainted. Another player named Omar who asked us on one of our last tournament tweets a week ago, like, "Hey, why isn't there a frozen stadium?" And I just ratioed him.
We boomed him.
We boomed him.
What kind of ratio are we
Big
talking
time.
here?
We
was
talking.
bad.
We talking air Allston Melee.
Talking about
We're talking
to be
custom
fair, talking
made
digging
meme.
up a 2007 Joe Biden tweet.
Oh,
To be fair, it was a quote retweet. So it's kind of cheating, right? It's not a full reply.
That's
No.
a cheat, yeah.
But it definitely was
you misrepresented yourself. I
Yeah.
want you to know.
I'm a liar.
It was also
he's nothing but a liar.
it was also a custom made meme for the situation, which is the biggest hack to get a ratio.
It was a 2-like tweet that we ended up doing like over a K on likes as we boomed him.
Over a K.
It was over a
You're
K,
on
I think.
crack. It was like over 500.
How many followers did this person have?
Oh,
No,
less than 100.
Just a dude
How
from
many
Nevada.
followers do you have?
Right now we have 1988.
Hey, let's go to 2K.
And I
come
want
on.
2K.
We need 2K. I
I
tweeted
think
2K.
you're allowed at under 2K. You're allowed to dunk on a 50 follower nobody. You're allowed to.
It was
We're still
sick.
in the same pool.
But the point is, we made this epic meme, and it was indeed epic. And then all of a sudden, we hear in the GC with GT
Group chat.
This is the GT with the
Gtown.
GT.
yeah, just fucking. Hey guys, I'm thinking of freezing Pokemon Stadium.
We got a cold PS.
Did he like the tweet?
Did you tell me the tweet? No,
No, I don't think
but he
Gtown
saw it.
hit like yeah.
Oh,
He
laid
saw
eyes
it and he
on
went,
it.
"Oh no, it's happening." And now Pokemon seems to be frozen for everybody for every major for all time. It's done.
I've been screaming about that for years.
How long?
When was Shine top 8 when we had the Pokemon Stadium glitch? That was my call.
which
Fendi
time?
was screaming. Fendi was like, the Pokemon glitch in top 8 at Shine! And I started screaming, freeze this map. Because I was like, this is the time to make a policy push. It's not
actually-
about the players anymore. This is me looking in the camera and saying, TOs, freeze this map.
But that was hype though.
Yeah.
It was super.
I didn't
hype.
actually care that much. I was just trying to, you empathize with the person that literally just got flagrantly screwed by this glitchy son of a bitch and did not get outskilled, just lost.
What was that? SUJ Plup?
Yeah.
Yes, and Pup
Yeah.
falls below and S2J stomps.
Yeah, he knew.
He stomps on fire
And he
stage.
stopped,
It goes
he
right
stopped
through.
and then the camera swings back to him and he's reeling with laughter because he's like, it's such a it's an intervention.
Yeah.
It's cosmic, and you take those.
Dude, I think we all got to kind of tip our hats toward the Nebs team, just for
Oh,
banning
yeah.
it way before and having
Super
Frozen
hip to the
Stadium
bit.
like way a bunch of years ago.
But then Swedish got it unfrozen.
I said-
Swedish got it unfrozen
This is
because
not good tournament practice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do Swedish like
Wow.
that. But
That's the
That was
bus
good.
3 winner. You
Oh.
fucking shut your
I
mouth.
ruthlessly cheered against him at bus 3. I
Yeah,
was
and he
screaming
lost.
so loud for
I mean, he
Slox.
won against Slox.
Yeah, he got reverse 3-0'd. That was ruthless.
He got 5-0'd.
Let's find him.
That's a
Have
rare.
a sit down
6-0'd.
talk.
It's very rare to get a 5-0.
6-0, 6-0, 6-0.
6-0.
He reversed 3-0'd, then
Guess
he
that's
gave
less
up.
rare.
he reversed
Game
3-0'd, then
That's
normal
less rare. That's just a
3-0'd.
reverse sweep. But a 5-0, yeah, that's rare.
But yeah, it's over. So we had our fun. Grass stage, I'm truly sorry. I really wanted to roll out on you way more.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going back. I wouldn't cry about it, but I like it.
Damn.
Our bid is dead. We can't get a fucking stage modder to put ads on fucking the wall.
Or add more transformations.
Can you put them on the screen in the back?
Yeah, but that's
No,
not as fun.
on like the rock pillar.
I
Yeah,
want,
we want
Red,
them all
I want
over
a
the
Red
rock
Bull
pillar.
can on the rock.
On the windmill, different like fins.
That
Follow
is-
Allston Melee. Follow Allston Melee. Follow Allston Melee.
that is all cool. I think if they just fixed. Well, but then once you get into fixing it, like
That's what I mean.
you can't do it. It's gotta be switched on or off.
I like
Yeah.
Frozen. I think it's just good like that.
Because, like, if we're talking about what changes could be made to Melee to make it as it should
Once
be
you
played,
open, yeah.
then it's like, well, shouldn't Game & Watch have a shield?
Yeah,
And then it's like, well, no, we can't do that because it's a character thing.
I do
but
kind
it's
of
like,
feel like custom stages are a bit more morally neutral than character changes. Because
I agree with that.
Because
yeah.
because you
Compared to-
consent to the stage, right? And the stages first, unless you it's their counter pick or whatever, but you also both players enter with the same information. It's nothing changed.
Mhm. No,
but-
I'm with stages. We made the part of the meme was like, the better part of it was shitting on the virgins about switching PS. But really, most of the
okay to
arguments
not
they're
have sex
making are
before you're
like
ready.
actually legitimate.
Yeah.
And like not like adding a stage. I could see adding a stage possibly. I'm not deathly against it. But like, put people.
You wouldn't kill somebody about it?
I mean, I
Is
care
there
either
anything in
way.
Melee that you are deathly against?
I mean,
No, I like
What
this
would you
game.
die for?
only dumb shit.
Put up.
Only dumb shit.
Top
like,
10 things I'd die for in Melee.
like
Good title. It's a good title, Jack.
people who want to like remove characters. I think are the stupidest people in the fucking world.
Hey, Tad, how's it going?
Which character are you removing?
All
Cap.
the bottom of them.
Oh, no, the bottom row.
Bottom row or the bottom of the tier list?
Marth, Puff,
Everything
Pikachu.
under like Samus.
Oh, you mean tier wise? Okay, I think at the bottom row, like,
Oh no.
like no.
Don't they do
I
that
was like-
themselves, though? Isn't that the kind of point? That's why they're down there?
Yeah, but I don't want to have to deal with them
You
every
don't
once
wanna
in a
see 'em
while.
either.
They're just a
Yeah.
nuisance.
Undesirable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted's like they shouldn't be around at all.
Like they can, they can have their own separate
Game.
equivalent.
Separate but equal.
Bracket.
Huh? That's what we're talking about here.
This is a cruel
That's
reference
kind
to
of
a
like
policy
over
that
on the
caused a lot of
side.
pain and suffering in
Us
this
us
country.
top tiers use this bathroom. They use that
Yeah,
bathroom.
they could use
Is
like the
that-
leftover
The-
CRTs that we got or whatever.
Anybody that didn't get a great education that's watching, this is a reference to.
Speaking of kind of stage mods, you guys see that PJ's Carol one?
What?
PJ's Carol stage,
Which one?
custom stage.
Does he have a
It
bunch
was
of them?
so cool. It's like a giant wall in the middle, but it's like
Oh.
specifically for comboing.
Yeah.
Off of it. It's really
So he
cool.
can play ping pong with himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does some dirty stuff. Definitely look it up. I forget exactly what the stage is called, but they have a sick mod of it.
Yeah, all those stage creation people are weird because they're like making all these stages, and then when anyone's like, we're not adding them to competitive play, they're like, guys, we're not trying to say we're gonna add them. We're just making them for us.
It is hard to understate though how weird all of this is. Like all of us being here. So I always like get a little try to have like a moment because like some people in Melee are real weird. Real weird. But like then you have the humility. You're like, this is a glass house I'm throwing.
Nice
here.
niche interest.
Right. Yeah, nice niche interest,
that I'm also interested in.
Fucking loser.
Why don't you dive into this niche hobby like a normal person?
Yeah, and just play the way we always played, huh?
That's true though. That is-
Chad Melee players.
right.
Yeah,
I
mean,
push button, you must push button.
Yeah, that's it. No more. No talking about it. We're good.
Who is the bottom row in Melee? Who are those characters?
It's Pokemon and it's Marths.
So Jigglypuff would be gone?
Yes,
And Marth?
and Marth.
That's a pretty good call. You're kind of...
But also
That's kinda
Pikachu
Yeah, keep,
and Gamer Watch.
keep going.
Yeah, we're just,
Roy,
music to my ears.
Pikachu, Mewtwo.
You're getting rid of a lot of, ones
I've
that I
never
don't
met
wanna
a
deal with.
single Mewtwo player that I wouldn't
If there's a row to get rid of, it's an easy row to get rid of. I'm with you. I'm with you.
There's not a single game of Mewtwo that I've watched and haven't thought the other player is bad.
Zoma, come on.
Who's that?
Dude.
Is he
Japanese
European?
Mewtwo.
Okay, they I don't know what's going on in that
Out of our
scene.
jurisdiction.
They get the pass.
That's not under my jurisdiction. That's the only place where Yoshi is cool. Is in Japan because of AMSA. And even then it's like thin ice.
Tazio's Mewtwo.
Tazio's Mewtwo, also good. Remember that set with...
Dudusai. That was a banger. Yeah.
Do you think the Mewtwo outplayed them, or do you think the other
Yeah,
person was a
they had
big
a banger.
stupid idiot?
No, Tazio's a god.
Okay.
Tazio was
Oh.
convinced that he gained elevation by getting hit with a stack of full sheik needles because he could SDI them up.
Okay. So that's not Mewtwo. That's him being
That was
sick.
his Marth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tazio, he went by for a while in our local tournaments as best Mewtwo NE.
And he'd be like in Marth and like
He's humble.
loser semis.
He's like, I don't know that I'm the best on the East Coast. I don't know that I'm the best even
the
on
world.
the side of the Mississippi
But what
River.
I do know
is that in the New England region, these 6 states are mine on Mewtwo.
And he was like a Marth player. Like he had a Mewtwo that was very sick. But like he would start sets of Marth and be like, yeah, I play Marth, dude. What do you?
You need to conduct the top 10 that it really makes, because this kind of lore is like top 10 hidden bosses, because there are the hidden bosses, your hanky pankies that people know about, but then there are hidden bosses that like I, for whatever reason, truly have never had like a single breakout run to put them on the stage, but that everybody that goes to locals knows.
Yeah.
But that dark zone, the void.
Dude, I played this one guy in Tallahassee once who was so freaking nasty, and he was just like the best player in Tallahassee. He was this like puff player, but he played every single character because he'd just been the best buff player in Tallahassee for so long.
Got bored.
Yeah, and fucking he like never really traveled, and there like wasn't any. There's nothing really big around Tallahassee. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Crush was like that for a while. He would travel, but he just wouldn't perform well. And then I think Aklo is kind of the newer version of that, but Aklo is like fully on the map now.
Yeah,
And on the map very early in.
Definitely.
So a list like this would center around the like utopian case of O'Reilly. Do you know about O'Reilly?
Yeah,
From
absolutely.
Chicago? Yeah. Where like O'Reilly has brushed with runs that would make him normie visible, but it just never quite happens and doesn't travel enough that it like probably will, but also has been playing the whole time. I don't know.
Netplays brought a lot of those people out, like J-Mook. J-Mook was one of those guys for a long time
True.
that nobody would know, but he was just like top 50 nasty. And then like Netplay tournaments came out and people were like, oh dang, this Sheik is good.
Yeah.
He plays cool.
Yeah.
Also, these players I think actually are the reason why locals get hyped. Like my favorite at Fold'em 2, which is before we were like actually getting a lot, the best set.
Before you were famous.
It's literally set like my favorite, maybe my favorite set in Melee that like isn't good is O'Reilly versus Rick, and this is before Rick was on the map either. And on the last game, the Homemade Waffles was commentating, and they literally just 100-0 each other back to back to back for like 3 stocks, and Homemade Waffles just becomes delirious. And like bro is also on the mic, and he's like, he's just teching in and dying every time, and and in the room it was electric, and the memory stays with me because my roommate, who wasn't a Melee player, walked in to like be supportive during that set and saw that, and I was like, oh, he understands now. He's seen the face of God.
We would do a video like that. The thing is that we could crush that for like New England, right? We could maybe do it for Tri-State.
That actually
like
it's almost so hard by definition.
It goes out, but like once you get to like, if we're doing all of Melee, impossible, because there's literally
by definition.
There's literally just too many fucking unknown people to do it, and also like different regions, they could make their own video. You know, if you're in the Midwest, you can make your own fucking top 10 unknown people. Because the thing is that
Where's
for Patty
Logan
to do that,
Square Melee?
Patty's gotta fucking go to their. He needs to talk to someone. Patty say, hey, Utah, what's your fucking? Well, who's your unranked person? I need someone. Like,
What's the neighborhood in Salt Lake City? What's
Jehovah?
Mormon corner.
Same idea.
What's the Prophet Joseph Smith Square Melee?
Joseph
Hiding.
Joseph Smith, the Fox player.
Magic Underwear Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot to do, but a lot of videos to make, and we have hella New England stories to make. But also, who wants to hear that right now? Patty does. All right.
No, I'm raising my hand for the wheel. I know it's coming.
Oh, you want the wheel?
I know it's coming.
All right, Jack.
Everybody in the chat, spin that wheel.
Jack, you put your arm up. It's all you.
Yeah, you got it. It's going up.
Ready? So you gotta go. Ready? 1,
You're not there.
2. I'm getting there. 1, 2, 3. Spin the wheel. Very good. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
good spin
and
on
we
it.
read it, and it says smashgg has an app.
I didn't know
Patty,
about this.
Take it away.
smashgg will never make an app. At least currently. I haven't been
What a
been
cuck.
in on the mix.
Will Microsoft
in quite a while.
Incorporated make an app?
That's what I'm saying. I haven't been in the mix in quite a while, but I know that the conversations then was we will never put our effort into this because it's just like it's not something that we should waste time on.
You wouldn't download an app.
But they have always had the opinion that someone out there will make a good version of it.
Which is a lazy opinion.
It finally happened.
It finally
They're
happened.
like vindicated.
There have been many before, just none of them took off. And this dude who came out, I will say, we are so hip to the retweet. When that tweet got posted, it had 1 like, and I was streaming with Jesse at like 10:30 in the morning,
Streaming?
just because he came into a Discord call I was in. I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm streaming, by the way. I was like, okay, whatever. And someone came into his chat and was like, "Do you see that smashgg has an app now?" We're both like, "No, they fucking don't." And then he linked the tweet, and we're like, "Oh, let's retweet this." And then it blew the fuck up, and all of our notifications was just filled with this app thing. But yeah, smashgg got an app made for themselves. It's only iOS. It's only iOS.
Poggers.
So fuck Android users.
For audio listeners, I threw my phone on the ground.
We're the Android users in here.
It also doesn't have any like TO features
app.
really.
My brother.
Can't really run a tournament off of this
Sick.
app. But it does have a lot of cool stuff where it like shows you where the tournament is when you look up where the tournament is. And it potentially has like push notifications for when you like are in bracket and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a cool thing. We'll see where it goes. What do you guys think about, like, has smashgg not having an app ever deterred your bracket experience?
It's annoyed me a million times.
Yeah, certainly.
This is annoying, right?
Yeah, I have to log into smashgg every single time I want to do anything. And then, like, with an app, I'm just logged in. Like, the browser never remembers it. And so it's a pain in the butt when I'm going MOB and I'm, like, trying to look at brackets and, like, do shit at a major. And it's like, oh, gotta log into the browser smashgg again on my phone.
Hit desktop version.
let me tell you, Patty. Here's my experience of smashgg on the Android every single time, and for the foreseeable future because the app's not for me. I'm in my hotel room. It is before my pool, like 10 a.m. maybe, whatever. I'm doing shots. I'm drinking. I'm having a great time at 10 a.m. just waiting for my pool. And then I'm like, it is almost time for my pool. Time to go to smashgg and see where it is and, you know, see whatever. And then I pull it out and I remember, oh, fuck. I have to log in and all
I have to spend 15 minutes figuring out where the fuck my pool
and then
is.
I always end up like getting it halfway there and be like, fuck it. And then I run down there and try to find my way. I always remember it because now he's fucking, you know, big hot shot. But at Genesis fucking, I want to say 5? Genesis 5? Maybe 6? I get down there, you know, the same thing that happened to me. I'm drunk, looking for my fucking pool. Where the fuck's my pool? Whoa. Where's my pool? Shik, where's Shik's pool? Huh? Where? Like, I was yelling it for all of a sudden. I mean, who calls me? Hey, Ryan, your pool is number like 14 or whatever number it was. Number 14. I go, it's over there. Oh, thank you, Ludwig. Thanks for helping me find my pool, dude. Like, oh, I'm surprised you know me. Like, you're from Bad Melee. Like, go over there. And I made it on time. And, you know, almost made it out.
And you won the tournament.
And I lost my pool.
All thanks to Ludwig.
Thank you, Ludwig. But, yeah, just fucking, it sucks. It sucks to log into it. I hope that when you guys have your nifty little iOS app, I can
You guys?
maybe log in. Yeah, when you have your phone, Patty. Your Apple phone, your iPhone.
Shut up. I don't have a
Your
phone.
iPhone 10.
Your walnut.
I do not have a phone. Fuck a phone.
Not yet. It's coming.
Yeah, I'm
Patreons. People get him the phone.
Yeah.
Any opinions from you, Jack, on a good old smashgg app, smashgg website?
I'll be honest. I've not ever been a power user besides on the TO side, because like if I'm at a tournament, I'm probably not getting to be in the bracket. And if it's a local, like it's gonna be small enough that I'll be able to navigate it anyways. I think it's annoying, but like it's not even an app for me. So I'm like, great news, everybody. Happy for you. I guess I'll find out if it's good at some point. So I once I saw it wasn't on Android, I was like, I barely have had this be a problem for me in general, and it continues to be the same situation.
You know, I did see I forget who was tweeting it originally, but I saw a good old Allston Melee Bender TO or drone volunteer. I forget their exact role. Frog.
On staff.
Frog was replying to some tweet talking about someone's like, I'm gonna make an app where it's got your bracket, it's got your setups, it's got all kinds of fucking shit of what you need to do. The stream, like everything you want will be right fucking here. and just one app, and it was not tied to smashgg specifically, just like if maybe this app would have like a browser section where you'd put in the challonge link or the smashgg link, and that would be your bracket extension, but also would have other stuff that you need to do. And it's like, yeah, that could exist. I mean, someone Fizzy made online from Melee. I think in a cave with stones and twigs. I think someone can make an app for like good, for people competing in events. I think it's not too far out of reach. So, I don't know. People who are creative and smart and make that shit, do your shit. And then tell us if it's good, and we'll fucking we'll plug it.
Can I download right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's it called?
Live on TV.
We retweeted it. It should be in our feed somewhere.
This is an Allston Melee Fresh. We're going to download an app live on air.
I don't have my phone on me. It's charging.
We'll break that barrier in a different. Somebody else will be the first to break it.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We don't use smashgg at New England. We use challonge.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Come on.
There's a bunch of benefits.
Coming from, we use smashgg for the gtown tournament this weekend.
Yeah, big tournaments. I'll use them.
But like small locals, no, challenge it up.
Challenge is better for small brackets.
Challonge sold the fuck out, bro. Challonge like literally made the worst fucking bracket platform possible off of their great bracket platform. They have this thing that no one fucking uses. They basically tried to make a competitor to smashgg that's like the worst thing ever. It's like the worst version of smashgg.
How?
They tried to super plug it.
How so?
Like,
You can look it up. I forget exactly what it's called, but they basically made a version where you can like sign up on this page and you can see your matches through the thing. But there's a bunch of like really.
Is it paid? It's paid, right?
Yeah, it's a paid feature now, I believe. It wasn't initially paid. But yeah, the worst thing that came with it is they deleted all links associated to tournaments. So like everything that had like, MMOM.challonge previously all got wiped away because they made a new thing. And then they brought it back and you can like do it again. But they did a really dick move trying to promote their new thing.
Are they lost? The old results?
No, they're all there still. It's just
Okay.
they like it's not as coherent.
I felt like the Ent in Lord of the Rings. I was like, some
Nah,
of these
yeah.
trees were my friends. I knew them from Rock and Acorn.
Yeah, they try to do a huge dick mode. When I was working for smashgg, I did a breakdown of what it was.
But internally,
Yeah. And I showed them all off, and they were like, "This is bad." And I was like,
nice.
"Yeah, we're not being biased.
Makes
This
us
is
look
bad."
good.
It did, legitimately.
People
yeah.
complain a lot but if there's nothing better.
Tight. It's an app. Go check it out. Maybe it'll be useful. Maybe fast forward a couple months, we'll all be at Genesis 8 on our phones,
Getting
Just-
Sigma.
checking our app, seeing where's our
Really gotta
pool.
You guys are
Break it
gonna be
down.
crowded around me.
Where's the
and my-
smashgg COVID tracking feature? It's the same logic. Tracking somebody to a tournament and getting them to the pool on time is the same as tracking a disease.
Track me,
right?
smashgg.
Put in your
Yeah.
Vax card into smashgg.
Honestly, that's
sick.
not even a bad idea.
That'd be sick.
They're not listening.
All right, let's wheel it up.
SMashgg, if you're listening.
Wheel time. I'm gonna get my wheel spinners. Spin that bad boy up. Go in. 1,
Jesus.
2, 3. Spinner. Nice. Good spins.
Big spinner.
Big spinner. Rat City report. Beep, 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 beep.
The Red City
It's the
Report.
Rat City report. This is a segment, Jack, where we talk about whatever. Because it's just good old Allston Melee.
Wait, I thought this is when we talked about what happened at the local.
That's also a part of whatever. Because like it's what's been going on with us recently, and we all happen to go to the local.
It's ongoings in Allston.
Yeah, ongoings in Allston. You know how
Okay.
it goes. Which is
Okay.
why, Ted, I want to open up with this
Otherwise
question to
known as
you, Ted,
Rat City.
Theodore, my dear,
We're reporting on
my
it.
dear Theodore.
Uh-huh.
I heard this weekend that as we do before the model, you and Freddie were just gaming,
Yeah.
and then just game too long
Yeah.
before the model.
We were like, all right, let's play like best of 5, and then
What time? What time do you got for this?
and this was like 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30.
Uh-huh.
It was probably like 8:30. We were like, all right, we'll play best of 5, and then we'll like head out to model, like let's drink a beer, hang out, whatever. And then we did not just play. We played till like 10:30, 11. Because we were just fiending games.
That is past the line time.
Yeah, and we were still like playing our mains too. Like we hadn't even started playing secondaries.
No, you're still going.
Yeah.
Any idea what the count was? Like, what was like someone losing so much they wanted to play more? Was it back and forth? Like, what's the
I
deal?
think it was back and forth. I forget.
Just gaming, not even focusing on the match count.
Yeah,
I just want to keep playing.
we were just gaming.
Yeah.
They're fun games. GGs. And then we went to model late, and there was a huge line, and then we got distracted and decided to go to this rave instead.
But it's so true that we'll often fucking be hanging out here waiting to go to the model, like play some games, and then like we just get distracted. We're like, what does it matter? We'll be there later. It's fine. It won't be a big deal.
I want to play.
And then recently you show up and it's like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, what's the model for new viewers and Jack?
Jack knows what the model is.
It's a beautiful person that they take picture of.
Very close. It's the model is the local kind of dive bar that we all go to, quote unquote dive bar.
I don't know.
The real takeaway is it's right by Twin Donuts, right in the
Yes.
corner. It's across the street from Twin Donuts. That's not the school. So other side, all right, yeah, it's over there. The point is, it's a dive bar, but on one side, it is a dance hall where great music is played. Everyone
floor
gets
light up?
down and what?
Does the floor light up?
No.
But the
Floor gets
ceiling
lit up though.
The floor does get lit up.
Well, we light the floor.
We light the floor up.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
crowd.
so it's just like it's the degenerate place to like drink and dance, and it gets pretty crusty. I'd say a lot of
like
times.
a crab, yeah.
Meet new people.
You
Just like
meet
the
new
crab.
people. Yeah, I mean we love it. And then the other side of it is a depressing bar, where
Why, how could the bar be depressing? Is there no runoff joy?
there's some runoff joy,
There's lots of runoff joy, but
but the core, but you're it is definitely
Are there
runoff.
regulars?
They're
Yes.
regulars.
They
yes.
are the depressing part.
and they'll just watch you dance.
They're like 40.
They just stand there and just watch you, and they're like, "Ah, the young people." And it's,
Yeah, this sounds sick, guys.
It
I
is
get
sick.
why you'd struggle to choose video games at home versus being watched by a 40-year-old.
All these men with nose rings and women with septum piercings.
Yeah, it just
that doesn't seem so bad,
It's fun.
actually.
It's fun.
I mean, I used to go there by myself. God damn it, I just had a great time.
That's great.
It's an awesome time over there. So we have the model. Glad you guys, but it's kind of our default,
yeah.
And when you can do
go
something, when the line's too long and you do something different, we'll oftentimes be like, let's just do something different.
Like Disney World.
Like
Just like
Disney
Disney
World.
World.
It
Just like
is.
Disney World.
The model is just
Don't wait
like
in
Disney
line.
World.
It's not worth waiting in line for.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. DMB, not worth it.
No,
Changing
wait
your
in line.
address, getting a license.
I don't mind waiting in line.
no, me either.
You like
But
queuing?
we know
I'm
I'm a
bit
line
British
lover.
in my queuing.
you're pretty queuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
not in a line of queuing.
don't panic. It's a lot of that energy.
They don't call it a line; they call it a queue.
Yeah, that's right.
But Ted, you mentioned the weekly. Any thoughts on our Dr. Lobster crowning?
Dude, there were
weekly?
so many sheiks, A, and that was kind of cool. But then B, Dr. Lobster's just nasty.
Yeah.
I think it was 4 or 5 sets in a row on stream, which was Chic Marth. Because we had Pisces, who's from Tri-State, somewhere in New York, who came over for PhD, going to be here for a while.
Pisces the lobster in the astrology.
No, Pisces a fish.
Close.
Okay.
Close. Try to rope it back. to
I
the
do
earlier
not
topic. I
think
saw it.
there's a lobster astrology thing there.
the lobster.
I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah,
There's a crab.
I coin flipped it.
There is a crab.
We're in the bad world where I'm wrong. Where the bit doesn't land. Go for it. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Calar was defeated by New Hampshire for the first time. Previously had only been defeated by Massachusetts Twisty.
NCT
NCC who?
didn't.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
Yeah,
I am-
CT went up to SSS. and
Oh
whooped
yeah,
ass.
100%. Very true. So Cavar's taking L's recently. Is I guess is the
Not many,
Still
Not
really
many.
good. Yeah.
and only to good players.
no true.
Do you think he's leveling up his competition or falling behind?
I think he's leveling up. I think the competition has also leveled up.
I think
significantly.
I think it's the power creep of the rest of New Hampshire.
Yeah, that's cool.
Especially Tori. Tori's been getting like really consistent good results at BP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have. You know, even in AZ, like Axton won the most recent local. Like that just does not. Well, I guess that's been a thing for a while now that I think about it. But yeah, it's like actually got third.
Yeah.
It just happens when everybody else is really sick.
Yeah.
How was your you said you were entered. How was your run? Would you anyone you run into you want to talk about or kind of by the books?
No, it was a pretty standy bracket run. I played Pisces round 2.
Oh, did you? How was that?
He beat me.
I mean, yes, but like, how do you think about the Marth?
Just like a super standard Marth.
Yeah.
Just like, as I explained it to Nick Marcus, who had to play him, that's a Marth.
That dude plays Marth.
To
Indeed.
pick your brain, would you, if there's any Marth player you compare it to in NEM, who comes the closest? Maybe not exact match, but like, if
Maybe
not,
Dimension, but not
Okay.
really.
Okay.
That's not a great comparison.
Sure, but like that's the closest, maybe not so accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's
Yeah, but definitely good. Like, did the good things at the good times in the right situations. And so, good player.
I mean, I was surprised by how well they did.
Yeah.
I mean, they walk in the venue, you don't know who anyone is. I mean, I don't know who anyone is anymore at BP.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't know, which is
Which is
cool.
awesome. I mean, it's great to see that people are fucking, the crowd's so different. People are,
Yeah.
seemingly coming into the scene.
Yeah, or just moved here during that time
Yeah.
from somewhere else, which, with Boston and colleges is a big thing.
Yeah, so many fucking schools here that and that's why Pisces is here for their masters, I believe.
Precisely.
Pisces precisely.
Yeah, but Calvar losing to Doc Lob and Tori. So, crazy. Calvar at third in an all New Hampshire, bracket. New Hampshire was 5 of the top 8 yesterday.
Yeah, there are 4 of
Their cars.
There were all 4 top seeds.
Their cars ruined us. They I think Tori said it best where in her post game interview, where the Macari was so graciously provided us with, but she said that it felt like it was like just a day in the park for fucking Doc Lob. Like it felt very nonchalant and like easy.
Yeah.
Because he didn't go to game 5. He lost 3 games the whole fucking tournament. He lost a game to Glock, a game to Calvar, and a game to Tori. And that's it. And I mean, he played younger between there. 3-0 younger. Like,
And I don't think Doc Lob went to the tournament where CT went up and stomped New Hampshire. And
I don't think so.
Now Dr. Lobster is kind of establishing himself as maybe a level above the rest of the New Hampshire crowd. Or maybe it's just one tournament. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I think
looks
Calvar's
solid,
still
though.
super number 1.
Yeah. I don't know. Doc Lob looks super solid.
It's just
But-
one tournament.
but as far as like tournament results go, like you can't say he wins one and then because that's his only data point right now. I think that's Patty saying, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Like it's one data point, but
Me
the
and
data point's
Jack.
really strong.
I'm saying that it's gonna whatever happened that tournament. I will gamble on that result for the next tournament.
yeah.
I mean,
with
Melee
that.
is a game where the better player generally wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting how they do at majors, though. Because I remember Doc Lob used to beat Calvar still. But then Calvar would do better at majors than Doc Lob.
It's a different skill set.
Yeah. No, it is. Like, Tori does really well at majors.
Yes.
Like, compared to people who do as well as her in the region. Because she just plays like this weird unconventional style chic and people have never seen it before.
Even
takes
just
them a
thinking
second.
about like when you're on net play playing 10 games versus different people every game versus playing 10 games versus the same person, like that's exactly the difference between a local and going to tournament. Like you're getting thrown into that D20 blender, and you don't know what you're gonna face. Whereas if you're kind of a slower learner but you really pick up your groove once you get comfortable versus somebody, like maybe you're really good at locals. On the 30th game you start to turn things around and it's like, this is my time now. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'll say I was pretty worried because
Worrying trend.
I was worried because I was watching, the favorite, the 1 seed Calvar, losing these games, And recently there was a rule implemented from the TOs, a zero tolerance
TOs implement
against
rules.
raging.
Yeah, true. Good point.
No raging allowed. And I was a little bit. I mean, a part of me. I mean, I've seen
raging
New
this
Hampshire.
morning.
New Hampshire is famously kind of ragers when it comes to losing a set. Known for
They're a competitive bunch.
they're a competitive bunch, an emotional competitive bunch.
I raged this morning.
Yeah. what would you rage to?
I went on the Melee Online Discord and I said, if ever I was playing, I said, you're a douchebag. And then one of the mods messaged me and they said, why did you call this person a douchebag? I said,
Because they're a douchebag.
after my Fox beat their Mart, they switched to Fox and beat me, but taunted every single stock and every single opportunity. And I was like, that's douchebag behavior. If somebody does that to me in real life, I'm calling them a douchebag.
Yeah.
So I called them a douchebag, and they said, well, you can't call them a douchebag on Melee
Light came back.
Online because we're trying to create a positive space.
And you know what? That's fair, Melee Online.
Yeah. So I think there should be some option to report people so that they can.
I think this bulb is literally going out.
What are you up to?
Dude, I just
Anyway,
want to be able
Rat
to...
City. This should have been the Rat
It
City
is
report.
crazy. We're still in there.
I'm gonna turn the light off, maybe.
Yeah, I said turn it off. Probably.
I kind of like it.
All right.
It's like Nosferatu's in the podcast.
no. All right. If it's off.
It's off. It's off. What?
All right, this is the seizure warning part of the podcast.
Yeah, no kidding. Jesus.
How are you? Okay?
Nice hit.
What do you-
Wait, I have a
Well, yeah.
similar thing on the last thing.
raging, no
all right,
raging?
so
No
so
raging?
I'm on NetPlay, right? I'm having a great time playing unranked, and I come
Naturally.
across a red fox named. I'm not gonna leak their name.
That's right.
Because it's a secret. I'm playing against this person. I'm getting fucked up. I usually don't get really like fucked up
Are
by
we
someone.
about to tell the same story? Are you the other side?
No, yeah. So I was on Melee Online, and someone called me a douchebag. No, so I'm playing against this person. He's fucking me up. I'm going like every character I could possibly go to try and take a game, and it's just bad, right? Like there's a time where I'm like, okay, Samus time, right? This guy has no idea.
This is my Samus.
And he's so good against Samus. He's incredible. And I'm streaming this to a Discord call, and I'm like, is this like SFAT? Is this Crush? Like, this has to be someone incredibly good. And there's even a point where I'm like, it's going to be like Hot Toddy, and Hot Toddy's going to message me and be like, oh, hey, good games, dude. I saw that you were playing. And I'm just like, I quit out. I say GG's because he's really good. And I put like 10, 11 games, right? Play a good amount. And I quit out, and I'm just like malding there. And I'm just like, fuck, god damn it. I just got fucking ruined. And then who messaged me on Facebook? But good old Dark Gen X.
Oh.
And says, hey, are you the Patti tag? And do we just play games? And I'm like, fucking god damn it.
That's
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 awesome.
vindicating, though.
Yeah, he's really good. He was,
I had that happen to me. Usually, now I just say we were talking about the young foxes are too fast now, and I'll have that feeling, and I'll be like playing, and then I'll say to my friends like, is this a fucking Smurf? Am I getting Smurfed on? And then like I have to like calm my ego and be like, no, they're human. But then one time I faced this Ganon. I like pride myself on my fox Ganon. I put Ganon in the dirt, okay. And this Ganon starts fucking chopping me up, and I'm like, I put Ganon in the dirt. I don't lose to Ganon.
Dirt nap Ganon.
What the fuck is going on? I feel like I'm being cheesed. And like, then I get the clip later, and obviously it's Nun's Ganon. And I'm like, I was. It's such a humbling moment. I was every moment convinced I was being cheesed. I'm the better player. I chop up Ganon. And like, so now I gotta take that. I would rather err on the side of this person I'm facing is so good that they're a Smurf, rather than assuming they're so bad and I suck. Like, it might be that they're good and I rock also. But I was so mad. Actually, I actually still think I could take his Ganon.
my thing on that lately has been whenever I play someone who, like, say I'm playing a Falcon, right? And they're like kind of winning and it's like kind of close. I'll convince myself that this is someone I know who's better at me at the game. So I'm like, oh, this is Snow Wiener. This is good games with Snow Wiener. And then I'll just like I'll play so much better with that thought in mind, that this is someone I know who's a little bit better than me.
Yeah.
And it seems to work out a lot.
I'm too weak for unranked. I play a lot, but like I'm too much of a rager for it. People are, anytime I get a whiff of this, and if the thought strays into my head this person wouldn't do this if I was sitting next to them, it's over. Like, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm like, why do I fucking play this game? If that just whiff of that thought enters.
Dude, that's why we got to start bringing douchebag netplay culture to the land.
We are prepared for this.
Normalize it.
I'll be playing someone and, like, we will have like some great games back and forth or whatever. Maybe they're shitting on me.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
And then the second they taunt on me, it's like, you
were mocking me the whole time?
It works. The taunt button works.
It's
I'm
such a
like,
betrayal.
Bro,
Dude, I love beating people with the
we
taunt
were having
button.
a fun time. Now you're and now you taunted me. So you know what I'm gonna do every time I take a stock? I'm gonna taunt now.
know, it
Like,
escalates
you
the
ruined
situation,
the whole thing we had going on.
I have two conditions where I'll taunt. I'll taunt if I did something that's like legitimately really cool. Not just like I pressed B on Falcon and oops, you fucked up your up B, right? Recovering. I didn't just Falcon. If I do something that I would want to clip,
Sure.
I might taunt. The second condition is if I get a stock that I know they know that I didn't deserve. I'll taunt if it's like they just like completely whiff something. I'll give it a taunt because I'm like like I'm so good, right? It's a little bit of that mocking. I'm so good, I really earned that. What is what I'm trying to communicate.
It's a lol.
It might not fail. It might not.
well, you.
And then the third is
missed.
obviously,
I
as
shined you.
we've all expressed, retaliatory. You know, you don't back down.
I love taunting in tournament when I'm out of region. Because like I just don't care the impression that I leave on these people.
Why? Why don't you care?
Because I'm not going to see them again.
That's a bad reason not to care about other
Tinder
people's
date.
feelings.
It's like a Tinder date. It's like, oh, whatever. I was a dick that time.
No, but I don't care like how if they're like, oh, dude, that guy Ted Green's an asshole. It's like, all right, bro, have fun in Illinois.
But you were an asshole. But you were an asshole. They're not just saying that. That is what you did.
Yeah. I'm not arguing that point.
They can have that. They can
have that in Illinois.
People in them, they know I'm cool. So
I can't face the consequences of my actions. They don't exist.
That's what I'm saying. There are no consequences in that scenario.
Breaking my heart.
It's tight.
You are.
It's a tight mindset. I mean,
It's very tight for if you're the person on the fun side of it.
I with Ted, if I'm playing a stranger in a major, I will taunt way more than normal.
Oh yeah,
way more.
dude, I hit any combo, I'm taunting. Get fucked, idiot. Get mad.
Dude, the thing that I've done multiple
Why
times.
do you want to bring this energy to tournaments?
Because it makes them worse, and I get better, and then I
it's
win.
competitive
No, you're
advantage.
not getting better. You're preying on somebody that hasn't been to therapy enough.
Jack.
It's a competition.
Doctor up, asshole.
Jack, you might be more of this new age player, but back in our day, we called that mind games. That's a
You
mind
know
games
my play.
player.
This is why I don't bend a bracket because my play style is designed to delight my opponents. I'm trying to have a good time.
I want to
out
impress
here.
them. I want them to forfeit if they win. They say he plays
I want
good.
to be last stock every game, no matter who I'm playing against.
See, that's not in friendlies. In friendlies, I don't taunt on people and be an asshole.
It's just when it matters.
Then you're a coward.
No.
You're gonna do it in bracket, but not in friendlies.
Dude, I don't need to practice taunting. I'm real good at it.
It comes natural. I don't.
It is a one frame input, but I hit it every time.
I do think taunting is better in real life because at least you can. I actually get less mad at taunting than I get at LOL on the Smash on the.
I turned that function off, dude.
You can turn it off.
I turn it off.
You just
turned it
saved
off.
Melee for me.
No,
personally.
I don't give a fuck with it if they can get at any given time.
Yeah, a GG is
I'm
nice.
here to
And
just-
one more is nice.
I mean, they're good functions. I don't trust anyone to do it normally. I don't
LOL and
care.
Too Good have
No, fuck that.
They pierce my soul.
Fuck
I'm
that.
not ready for it.
I'd rather you one and done me, and I just assume like, oh, they had to go. Like that's. Yeah, fuck the whole system. I mean, I get why it's there. I'm sure when you direct connect with your friend across the country, no Discord or whatever,
Yeah.
it's awesome to say one more, and it's like, quick and chill. But
What
no,
kind of fantasy land is no Discord?
I constantly blue ball on that play because as I'm a power up. How do you say it? Power up player. Like I take a while to get warmed up. I
Sure.
never come on the setup hot. I have to get my ass cooked a little bit. But it's like if everybody keeps leaving after one game, then I don't get the 10 reps of my ass getting kicked. It's so slow. It's very annoying when I'm like, no, like I can. It's very rejection impulse. I'm like, I can give you the games you're looking for. I'm not who you think I am, and then they leave, and I've been one and done, and then I get 3 Luigis in a row. Not a true story.
Yeah, that's why you don't play online. You just play IRL.
I know.
I was watching Jack Golden, for the viewers at home, play on
Golden, the Falcon from New Hampshire, not the Puff main.
Yeah, not the Puff main. I was watching him play unranked, and he is the most toxic I've ever seen someone play.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Jack will like close like 1 or 2 stock someone, and then just like too good, and then quit out. And then play the next
I honestly
person,
think that's
and then,
piece of shit behavior.
3 stock them.
I actually don't even think it's
too good. Peace
I
out.
think it's funny as you tell it but if he was in the look up straight, this is where's our camera?
There.
That is stop doing
doing
that.
it. Keep
We are
doing it.
trying to make people like each other and have a nice time. There is more to winning. You can win and also not make people like.
I can't imagine. Nick
Why would
Marcus
you
on
want that?
play.
Why
Oh,
would
it'd
you
be so bad.
How do you find joy in that? I don't understand it.
Last thing on taunting for me, the thing that I've done multiple times at a major is if someone taunts on me in tournament and I ever find myself up a stock against them, I'll do this thing where I try to time the taunt when they hit me. So so say it's like I'm expecting them to nair at me, I'll taunt nair, and then they'll be like, oh, is that an accident? And then I'll like do it like 2 to 3 more times and just like forfeit that stock lead. Just to be a
Damn.
just
I
to,
forgot
like,
the 4th or 5th reason I taunt. I taunt if people are camping me. Because I'm like, I would literally rather you hit me. I will go up to them close and so that they punish me, and I will taunt. And I'll be like, just go in. Let's fight. You can take a free one if you need it. If that's what you're waiting for, I will give it to you.
See, taunting kind of is, it's kind of a filler thing for me sometimes, because like in floating matchups, when you hit away Peach's Jigglypuff, when they're up there, you really can't do anything else. So it's like, I'll just taunt just to kill time.
Nick Marcus,
I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, just
I can
just
buy
to
that.
kill a time. I don't have to play neutral until you come all the way down from
If
there.
you don't feel malice in your heart, then I will accept any reasoning you give me. If you don't
There's
feel
some
malice in
malice.
your heart.
There's some malice.
Oh no.
I'm playing a floating matchup. I'm kind of mad.
dude, if I had a taunt as fast as Game & Watches, I'd be busting that thing
Oh,
all the
Okay,
fucking time.
there are exceptions to this rule, of course. If your taunt is just sick, you get a little more leeway. The
Game & Watch.
baseline rules still apply, but like if you're ringing the bell after
Bell
getting a
is
kill,
so funny.
you gotta ring the bell.
Dude, Nick Marcus hit someone off stage and rings the bell. Like,
Classic Pubinen's tech from MIT. When you're playing Game Watch against Captain Falcon and you're up being, you get him off stage. Falcon's up being to ledge. You down tilt with Game & Watch. There's always time to taunt. So you can always down tilt, taunt, down tilt, taunt, down tilt, taunt, and just rinse repeat till they die. It is so funny. I always do it.
What are the other taunts that I where I changed my it? God, it really is just top tier taunts are the most infuriating because they're not funny enough to be anything but malicious on first pass. Like, come on, is very malicious.
Fox sucks.
Right? But like,
Fox is perfect for what it's intended to do.
yes.
Yeah.
it totally is.
DK, I think, is like one where if you're playing DK and you taunt me, I'm not gonna be too mad. You definitely can do it in a douchey way, but like, it is a baller taunt. It's the best in the game. Like, it's very fun to taunt and be taunted by DK.
I literally, as DK, I'll kill you, and then I'm charging punch, and so you press B to initiate the charge, and it doesn't require any of the inputs from there until it's done. I'll just spam up on the D-pad, just waiting for it to end, and then frame one after as you come down from the platform. It's
Other
best.
acceptable ones are Mario. There was a day where I just
Mario's
streamed,
so
and
funny.
this was the day I experimented with malice in my heart. I never say this about people without trying it, right?
Sure.
And I played just Mario, and anytime I tried to make it a rule so that it was like not personal. And every time I took a stock, I got big on him.
He is a great
He
taunt.
gets big on him. And,
Yeah, he's great.
and I would take hits. Like, I would suffer the consequences of my action. You get your free punish on me. I am being ridiculous. Take the hit.
Yeah.
And so I felt like there was some justice in that. And I was like trying to communicate with the people that like, no, I really am just trying to get big on you. What are other good?
Luigi has a taunt kill. That's kind of sick.
You can have that.
That's kind of sick.
He also doesn't make a lot of noise, and so I don't get too mad about his taunting.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Pikachu's is okay. It's a little loud, but you could cancel it, and I kind of respect.
Nah, Pika. Oh, whew. That taunt's no good. We gotta get rid of that.
I'm a big fan of any taunt that looks at the audience and like begs for their attention.
Me and my brother, we love Yoshi's taunt. We always call it pumping the crowd up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, everybody, I'm Yoshi.
Amsa will do that shit. At a big tournament, Amsa taunting is actually the most hype thing that can possibly happen. Because it's Amsa while staring at the screen, he has become Yoshi, destroyer of whatever. And he's turning to you and like, oh, it's a glorious vibe. You're like, yes, hands up, everybody! It makes you forget how this character is just advanced ASDI down.
It's fun. Point is, no raging. No one raged. We have a 0 rage policy, and I'm happy everyone's holding it together so far.
You have a bunch of rage instigators, though.
We don't
also a anti-rage policy.
Yeah, we do.
We can try to make you mad, but you can't express
Melee is
that.
a rage instigating game, I'd argue. The game is meant to make other people mad.
Yeah.
There are so many interactions where you can just be mad.
I'd want an emotion judge on site.
I don't think we have an anti-rage policy until it actually comes into effect.
True.
Until Stock actually swings the fucking hammer down.
Yeah.
And says, hey, sir, you are DQ'd out of the bracket.
Because what if Calvar gets 7th and whips his controller? Is Calvar really banned from the event forever or for a while?
Is he a controller whipper?
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot better at it.
He's gotten better at
He
it.
hasn't done it in a very long time.
Like he's gotten better technique-wise or at...
He's a better controller throw.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's an event in Smash Camp. There's a place where that will be rewarded. A lot of practice.
I'm just saying that like you can, there's a time and place for it, and it's easy to ban people that you don't know. When it's people that could win the event who are raging, then I'm like, well, let's see if this rule really stands. I'm with you, Patty.
As a TO, what's your biggest the laws apply to everyone moment that you've had?
I mean, paying is a good one. You don't get free entry for being a top player.
Really?
You have to pay me. Yeah, I've had people be like, hey, do I have to pay for this? And it's like, yes, you do have to add to the pot. Otherwise, I have to. So, like,
nobody does.
I'm not paying for you. Like, pay money.
Smaller, yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What's your biggest moment as a TO of the laws apply to everyone, even you?
Oh, dude, I know exactly what it was. Charging Dark's girlfriend venue fee.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
No freebies. You're a fucking
You guys
spectator.
both are venue fee
You're
hawks.
a
That's your
spectator.
line.
No, so yeah, we hosted a really big event.
You're a spectator, bro.
You draw the line before they even get in the room. That's pure. That's,
And they left after doubles ended. And then you stayed the whole
good
time.
work. Fucking goddamn. Great, good shit.
That's epic.
Yeah, that was epic.
That's epic.
Do you regret it?
No.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I feel like mine is
because we put in the rule because there were so many people coming to the big tournaments and not paying venue and taking up a lot of setups. So it was like, okay, we're just gonna do it to everyone, and then it's like the third person to walk in, and we're like, you gotta pay venue.
Hey, what's up? It's $5. Like, can you just?
I think mine was a halfie.
A halfie?
Yeah, I don't know if I can take credit for it. I tried at Full Bloom 4 to spread the rumor that if Rizrobe didn't get to his set within 5 minutes, I would DQ him. And like I wanted it to be like a Mad Dog thing, like a Nixon thing, where it's like all the other TOs are like, well, I wouldn't DQ you, Wizzy, but Jack is pretty gung-ho about this. And so like I told his like manager, I told the people that were like in his crew that like this, I was like, I will DQ him if it takes more than 5 minutes. And then when he was like getting near there, I was on commentary and I had to like pull out a timer and like stand up and stuff. But I in my heart, the reason I don't want to take credit is I don't know if I would have done it. He didn't test me, but it was getting nearer and nearer top 8. And it's like, do I really care about 5 minutes versus 6? And then once you open that door once, it's like, do I really care about 6 minutes?
But then,
versus
what is
7?
6? What is 10 minutes?
Right. Do I really care about?
Well, it's just 15 minutes.
It's just 15 minutes. But he was a good boy.
And it's like, 20's ridiculous, but you know,
the bluff worked. So I think that's the other thing TOs should do is We need 10 TOs to bluff and then one of them to execute. And we need it needs to be like a firing squad where we don't know who has to do it.
And funny you mentioned Wizrobe, Jack, because I actually have I have an update on something I was bitching about last week. Rather.
He was complaining about what?
No. So I have an update. So, are you familiar with the wizzyfan character, Jack? Wizzyfan, Nun's character, where he
There's a lot of Wizzy. There's a growing Wizzy expanded universe.
So true. And a part of the universe is
The we.
that Nun, Bond, or Wizrobe fan, some series of numbers.
Right.
His whole thing is that he loves Wizrobe. And at Summon 11, there were times where Wizzy would be after a game, Nun would dress up in his little weird, like, one lens, glasses, goggles, whatever, and go up and pretend to be a starstruck Wizzy fan.
You think he was pretending?
Meeting Wizzy for the first time.
Do you think that?
I do think it was pretending. I do not think Wiz feels that way about
As an actor,
Wizrobe.
where do you think he drew his motivation from?
People he sees at majors who's making fun of. Is my
You thought it was in bad faith?
I thought it was in bad faith, and so did Hugo. Point is, this, like, you know, I think we were all kind of like, this kind of sucks.
I thought it was funny.
A little bit. You thought it was funny?
Okay, I thought about it some more.
Okay, tell me.
So I think it sucks for Wizzy because he's kind of like getting actively bullied by Nun, but it's also a good message to spread that isn't cool to do. Like, I think it was pretty clear that was the message he was spreading, and I think
Sure.
that
Yeah.
is a good message to spread.
Like, this fan
You summarize
mentality.
how I feel.
This fan mentality should die, and I'm showcasing it to show you guys what you guys look like to me and how you shouldn't do this.
Yes.
I think it's an interesting problem to have because I can't imagine very many people watch it and go, "Oh, that's me." But there might be somebody out there that went up at one time and asked Wizzy for a signature that gets a little flush of red and is like, "Is that me?" And to your point, maybe None is saying, "Yes, it is," and fuck you. But, you know, that does kind of make for, like, even just from, like, comedic principles, that does kind of make for a bad character. If you don't like the character you're playing and have love for it, like, it's going to come across mean-spirited. Because it is. And it's going to come across kind of two-dimensional.
And that's where I was. But so then I'm on youtube.com and I see a video from Wizrobe called I Met Wizzyfan.
That's cute. ... Which
was a 40-minute video of, like, his whole Summon 11 like run, right? It wasn't just the Wizzyfan moments; they were included, but it was like, you know, it was.
This was his clickbait.
Yeah, it was his clickbait, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool, good shit." But I'm so interested. What is Wizzy's audience? Let's go to the comments. Surely someone feels the same way about me. Hey, don't talk about me like that. I'm not that way. But instead, I got comments like, I'm jealous that Wizzyfan met Wizzy. And one of my glasses have popped out the lens too.
This is the risk that None didn't even, this is the fourth Yomi level that we didn't anticipate, which is unironic appreciate. He's become it's very Trumpian.
Most of the comments
not a
most of the
joke.
comments are like, dude, Wizzyfan's just like me. It's funny.
And you know what? You know what Wizzy would do when he meets the Wizzy fans? I bet he's great.
The same thing. Yeah.
I bet he's
Because that's
great.
how he started. That's how he started. He has a book that has
He is a
probably the
fan.
most amount of signatures in Smash history. He has fucking everyone. He has everyone from fucking Isaiah to like
Wizrobe.
Zane. Wizrobe.
Like a 10-year-old Disney kid.
So I want Wizzy fan. I want Wizzy fan. Actually, he dealt with that joke so well, which was just to be genuinely gracious and nice and treat him like he would a fan. Like, he didn't try to make it a joke. He kind of smiled a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's some. You can't fake that soul.
It's crazy, man.
And people say Wizrobe is a cold robot.
To be fair, on your point, I think Wizrobe has kind of given the reins to his editor. His editor does some wild shit and
I was about to
does
say.
very funny stuff.
Crafts narrative.
But his fan base is the same.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's
Regardless.
What I was gonna say.
But did he like? I wonder if Wizzy like greenlit that. You know what I mean?
At Wizzy Industries, everything goes to the boss.
I would hope that he has to
And-
greenlight everything.
and
Get
the
the hands off
boss.
CEO.
No. Micromanager to a T.
To your point, Ted,
Tech chasing
I don't
his
think the boss is
backlog.
Wizzy. I think the boss is Envy, his sponsor. Like, I think that, you know, his content creation probably goes maybe through a separate channel than him entirely. and maybe the person who does his videos isn't so much a hiree of Wizro, but of the company.
Yeah,
I was
love
like, dude,
Wizro.
play the meme. And because I've seen a lot of YouTube video thumbnails that are like, this is so like memey and like so like pandering, and like in a smash way, what you need to be as a content creator.
Let's go thumbnails.
Thumbnail, yeah.
Wizrobe is up there with like I guess now Leffen and like Silent Wolf is like lost goats. People that like maybe even Crush, where I kind of believe in my heart that like if they change a couple things of how they handle a couple situations, or they want to play melee more, or they focus themselves a little bit differently, I'm like, they could have beat everybody, and they could have dominated. They could have been.
Wizrobe still could.
He still got time, but there was that ascension in that summer. He was number 1 on my summer ballot for the MGPR.
Damn.
And I was like, I think Wizrobe's the best. If the prompt of the ballot is, if these 100-player enter a tournament, who do you think wins the most often? And I was like, I think Wizrobe wins because he beats Hungrybox, and now he can beat the Spaceys, and everybody else is beating each other. It was a very tight battle. Hungrybox was close behind and ended up pulling it through. But like, I was like, he's the best in my opinion, and I think he'll prove it to the world in the second half of the year. And then he didn't quite do it. He got second at Summit, lost to Xbox.
He didn't enter a lot,
twice.
to be fair.
But people always forget about that when they're like, oh, we're punishing people who attend. It's like, yeah, but you also punish people that are low attendance and fail. You might rank them lower than their actual skill level. The same risks, mathematically necessarily. I remember explaining this to Hugs at smashgg. He was like, yeah, but what about people that just go to like 3 tournaments? I'm like, but think about how many people go to 3 tournaments and wipe out, and they're better, but they never get it on their resume for that year. Like, those people get punished so that the people that go to 3 tournaments and pop off get rewarded. It balances out in the end. The risk is still equal.
But I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't just offer the counter argument to that, Jack.
Would you be remiss, my good sir?
I would be remiss if I didn't say that if like in the let's say like, the first
over there.
let's say in the 4 quarters of the year, you take first, second, whatever, first or second in the first 3 quarters, and then you decide to not enter the 4th quarter at all.
I think that's lame. I think I think that there is my point in that argument when I was talking to Hugo was there should be a minimum, and per quarter would be fine, maybe per trimester, of like X number of tournaments.
Yeah, I agree.
And once you reach that minimum, it's your fair game for the ballot. You're good to go. And I wanted a very generous minimum because before Slippy Online, like, people fucking underestimate going to tournaments is expensive.
Yeah.
Like, this is we are in the MGPR, and maybe not so much at the top 10, but for everybody else, well, even in the top 10 for the European players, we are creating an income barrier for your ability to be considered a top 20 player. And if you don't have the money or have to work part-time, like,
you could argue even a top 100 player.
Yeah, you don't get to be, you might not get to be top 100 where somebody else that had the money to go and travel the shit does. And that's whack.
What Jack's saying is, get a job.
Get a job. But you know who has a job that I saw? I want to mention this real quick, a part of the Rat City report. Oh, we were talking about last week how tag changes and how LSD changed their tag to Logan recently.
That's a good change.
So it changed, right?
Sure.
Now it's a job at Liquid as a writer.
That's sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it a per word gig or per article or full time?
I don't know. I didn't see the document.
Didn't ask him.
Get paid. Didn't ask.
But
on that grind, Thanos. Fucking boss up.
But I saw the tweet and them just being very excited about, hey, I can now officially say that I'm Liquid Logan, not as a player, but as a writer for their esports stuff. So just want to mention that. Isn't that cool? Liquid Logan.
I love that.
Change your tag, instantly got some kind of paycheck.
If you grind your stream during Summit campaign and then after, or like Summit is, people don't understand mathematics. Why do people spend $50,000 on these slots? Because you can make a career out of it.
You make 100,000 impressions.
That will net more than that over your whole court. You can get a foot in the door on making a stream. That, like, you can literally make your money back if you take the time and
if you use it right too.
Right. It is that opportunity is absolutely there.
I have one thing to mention as far as my thing, but anyone else have anything they want to say beforehand about things going on? Anything you want to report on in this beautiful Rat City of ours?
Rat City's beautiful.
Yeah.
Rat City's beautiful.
All right. Last thing, I'm so jealous of the nightclub. The nightclub being New York's local. Their IRL bar central monitor only wacky phrases. I think more than PS maybe, I don't know, but they're local because we were streaming our event last night. Shout outs to Dr. Lob for winning it all again. But we don't take the viewers for our channel. Me and Patty tried to not look at that at all any given way. We always stream like we're streaming to one person, and that's
Who's that person?
You.
Anyone. Yeah, you. Anyone.
It's a
Special
plural.
guy.
It's a plural.
It's a plural you. It's the royal you.
All right.
Oh,
Sorry.
you thought it was just you.
But when we were ending the stream, I had to host someone, and I saw that we normally we host Melee Stats. Shout out to Melee Stats, love the show. But I saw that they were live. The NYC Melee Twitch account, 300 viewers for their local because they had those huge fucking names and the branding and shit. And God, if I had a long-term goal for them, which can be reasonable or not, it would be I would love to have my own kind of like foundry thing, where not just is it a fun environment where people can go play Melee, drink, and have a good time, but also that people are interested in watching the games and the commentary and the gameplay and all that kind of stuff.
So let's break it down. Why did the Foundry succeed? What are the pieces of that puzzle?
I think it's the location and the players is a huge part of that. That's mainly it. I think just the talent. You'd watch the Foundry just for the players alone.
It's hard. Yeah.
The personalities are huge there. Lots of following, lots of important people, a lot of drunk people. The venue having alcohol, the venue having this atmosphere where you can party and do all this shit was awesome. I guess those are
not
main
to
points.
put a damper on your mood.
Damp me up.
But I think that was a pretty special situation where there was a collection of top 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then top 100 and top 200 players in that area.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who all were over 21 and enjoyed drinking and enjoyed playing Melee, which is hard to get.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's realistic. I'm saying that's I think some of your goals, not all of them, but some of them need to be unrealistic.
Oh yeah, you got to shoot for the stars
and to be what you strive for. And I agree that it's not as far as New England goes, that's just not what our community's kind of like. But it's fun to try to get there. At least on our side, we can make the stream well. We can have the traditions good. We can try our best to get good people on the mic. And hope the rest follows. But I agree that it's not that's you had it's NorCal.
I think honestly, what you're doing is the best strategy, which is to build up a brand that is independent of the players. If you don't have the players to bring the clout to you, then you've got to build the clout yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you either have to start getting Calvar to post memes and spamming everybody and getting into Summit and shit, or yoss out some top 10s, some podcast eps, and make it so that people want to watch because of. I think that's actually something that has almost never been done, where people want to watch regardless of who showed up. I don't think it, and maybe it never should be done. Maybe that's the point of esports, is you're here to watch the competition. But I guess the Ludwig's championship series would be maybe something like that, where it's people would watch it kind of regardless of who was in it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you need to be kind of a massive personality, and to do it in person is tough too.
Certainly.
Give us a year.
You can do it.
I mean, I just remember being, I remember getting into Melee and watching a Foundry religiously. Just when I was,
I love the Foundry.
I would just tune in to watch some Melee, some funny commentators.
Sometimes it got weird.
It did get really cringe. There was some cringe moments for sure.
I stopped watching after that. Yeah.
But I still really enjoyed it. And I was sad to see it go. I remember all that stuck with me, just the little bit at the bottom right on the layout that was if you're here for real commentary, you're here for the wrong reason, or something like that. Yeah. Leave.
Nice.
If you're here for commentary, you're wrong. Just go away.
So edgy.
I go back and forth with that because it's
true.
it's But sometimes the drunk commentary didn't just suck because they were drunk. It sucked because it was like, this sucks. This hurts to listen to. Like,
Yeah.
somebody get them off for their own good. This is not about my like vindication as a viewer. Yeah, you have to have at least you need one sober person at the drunk tournament to make those calls. And
Yeah.
you just kind of shuffle people away from spaces that they shouldn't be.
Yeah,
And
the
also,
streamer.
there's less of a place for that right now in our culture. Currently, like
Definitely.
there's a lot of things to go with it, but I'll always just be like, damn,
You can make it happen. I missed the bar
that was the biggest local. Yeah, bar. Yeah, I mean, we want to bring that back in some capacity in the future. Probably not as a weekly event or something, but maybe like a monthly or a quarterly kind of thing. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's the Ratsy report, baby. Wheel time.
Spin a wheel.
Arms. Get my arms in there.
Can we get some
And
pushers?
3, 2,
Pushers in the
1.
chat.
Spin. Good spin.
Push.
And we got
I think you should get an audio clip of somebody giving fucking birth.
Melee fixers doing their thing. Yes. So Jack, when you first came in, we were talking about a little bit about how Melee modders and that whole kind of spiel.
I'm a widescreen player.
You're a widescreen player. Yes.
I know where Fox is when
Shame
other people
on
don't
you.
know. Yeah.
And I guess I want to get you. So, what are your opinions on modding Melee before we get super into this? Like,
Modding in general?
well, so like we have like more so like changing the game fundamentally, adding characters,
Yeah, we did talk about that.
stages, changing mechanics perhaps. How do you
Yeah.
feel about that kind of stuff?
I always enjoy playing modded Melee and like kind of getting to know it, but there's just so much to learn in the base game already that all the modded versions always kind of lose their luster for me, because it's like I don't have 20 years to find out how Wolf matches up with Pikachu. Like I like playing these matchups that have this history. That's the appeal of Melee over a more modern fighting game or MOBA or whatever. And vice versa, they get the other advantage. When it comes to like freezing stuff, I think that's fine, because it's still like, yeah, it's definitely like shaving off the edges. But we're deep into that. We're already inventing all sorts of rules. I would not be cool with adding new characters to the game.
Have you played Raichu?
Raichu? No, I haven't played that mod. I played the Acania mod.
Well, let me tell you, Jack. Raichu, when he back
Sucks.
throws, he says Ryan. It's really cool.
He does say Ryan.
It's really cool.
I think if you mod Melee in any significant way, all it does is make me want to play Melee.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Yeah.
It just play a game for like two
And if
games,
they-
and I'm like, I just want to play
If
Melee,
they
bro.
pop off, that's cool. So like that's actually why I'm gonna say it. The only game I've seen that I'm like, does it have a shot at the throne, has been the Nickelodeon All-Star shit. Because it's like, what is at the core of Melee? It is fun game, good mechanics, and just blasting you with nostalgia.
Yeah.
Just and there have been games that are decent mechanics that are fun. Other platformers are fun to play, and a lot of them are also super successful. But like how Brawlhalla like kind of get over the hump and become super popular. Throw in fucking Steven Universe, become cartoon. Yeah, but
Yeah.
So I think the All
Gets the
Stars.
noobs in the door.
Yeah.
Recognizable characters.
Yeah, and it feels it's fun to like, if you played Melee with wireframes, it wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's Mario.
I would play it though if it was just random character models not based on anything I'd ever
Depending,
seen before.
but
Do you
here's the
think
thing.
so? Are
Well,
you
what
a
if
big Slap
what if
City
it was
guy?
like shit?
No, but
What if it was like icons?
if it looked like shit, I'd honestly still be down.
Okay.
Or when you started, because I could buy now. Now I could get over it. And
No, because I've always just kind of played old like shitty games that don't look
Okay.
very good.
fair enough.
What if Fox was like?
What if
I
he
don't
had
know.
like vomit on his face?
I
Yeah.
play Falco.
Falco looks great. He gets to keep it. He gets the same look. Yeah.
Falco has fucking jorts on and in suspenders.
You do.
Fishnet top.
You do want a wide funnel though to get a good competitive peak.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Me and Ted were saying that we don't think the new Nickelodeon thing will kill Melee or like come at the throne of Melee, But we are gunning and hoping, fingers crossed, but it kills ultimate. It'd be so funny.
And then we just get
That'd
like
be really
the
funny.
fall off. All the fall off who
Melee-
don't go to Nickelodeon, just come to
yeah.
Melee.
It's got rollback. It's got tech. Like, come on, ultimate kids. This sounds pretty fun. Like, come on.
Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, this
Go to the
looks
ultimate
great.
section. Have you guys heard of this game?
Because I don't think they'll give it the same. Melee, to me, when I think of Melee compared to other Smash games, the word that comes to my mind is always weight. Like, Melee just has this weight to it where, like, the moves feel like they matter a little bit more. And, like, this, you know, how you can die a lot quicker, in my opinion, than in other kind of games. You know, like, it just, like, you really do fall quick and it's done. And I just don't see this Nickelodeon game doing that as far as, like, my trailer analysis goes. Like, who knows what happens when it comes
It's
out.
the Slap City devs, so that's a part of that game. It's definitely, like, I think, as far as I know, floatier than Melee, but there's, like, I mean, it's different. Melee exists. There's no reason to play, like you said, there's also, its network effects are just so powerful where, like, I would rather play a game that was a little bit worse but had 1,000 people playing it than, like, a really great game with 10 people, because to me the thing that really pushes these games is the player versus player, the meta game. Like, playing against a human being is really satisfying, and with 10 people you just don't get a diversity of skills and thoughts on that. Even even in a better game, like, the people matter more.
And I'm with you, Patty. Like, the best part of the P plus, not, you know, the shouldn't the PM. I mean, I like P plus. I started as a PM player, but, like, the best part of the P plus, like, friendly session is when you switch over to the Melee. And you go, okay, like, oh, you know, it's been fun, guys, but, like, who wants to play some, like, Puff Fox?
I think PM
like,
has enough of the network. Like, there's enough people that play PM that, like, yeah, I like Melee more, but, like, I don't feel like they're definitely, most gaming communities are missing out compared to Melee. I was about to say I don't feel like they're missing out, and I was like, I do feel like they're missing out.
I'm Team PM. I want PM to stay around. I want them to be at majors.
I'm down with PM.
I'm with them. I like them a lot. If there's a Smash game I have to play other than Melee, PM, easy, free. Love that game.
That's honestly true. Like, if Melee got deleted, just, like, wiped, all the copies just ceased to exist.
PM, I have no problem playing. I have no problem playing that.
Yeah,
Pokemon Red and Blue, the batteries run out.
No, not even reluctantly. Like, it's fine. Okay, I'll play PM.
I would very begrudgingly play
Did you
PM.
ever feel like you had to make that decision as a young player?
I'll tell you what, Jack. That decision was made for me because I was a PM. I was better in PM for most of my when I was just getting into the scene.
It's easier.
It's easier. It's just, you know, I mean, things combo each other on purpose in PM. It's they designed
It might
the
not
combo.
be easier. I'm sorry for saying that.
No, I would agree.
It is easier.
I would agree that it's easier.
It is.
And I remember being like, yeah, I'm a DDD main. I like DDD and PM. That's my thing. My tag is smog. I like DDD. And then to hear that, oh, huge New England event happening soon called Bust 1. I'm like, oh, dude, sick. Can't wait to enter it. It's Melee only. And me and my COF friends, all freshmen, went, well, guys, we have to at least before this event, like, play Melee instead of PM, because, like, although playing, you know, like, good Mewtwo and DDD and all this shit is fun, like, if we want to compete in this event, we have to practice Melee. And we practice Melee
That is how it
for
works.
Bust
That's
1.
the grind set.
Go to Bust 1 and then literally after Bust 1 go, why we play PM? Like, this game is awesome. Oh, wow. Like Melee is the good one, and our scene likes Melee. So a choice was made for me. Is what I'm trying to get at. That the PM scene in New England is strong now, but back when I was getting started, Melee was way more, like, approachable and huge. For 2014, 2015 Melee.
Yeah,
PM was big though at the time.
it was.
I was a Melee snob when Smash 4 came out. I just didn't even play it competitively.
Smash 4 or Melee?
You're
Smash,
just a
when
snob
Smash
in
4
general.
came out, I was bitching to my friends about how this game has dash dancing and wave dashing, and how this one was way cooler.
Yeah, it is.
And all my friends were like, "But we can play this one and, like, have fun." And I was like, "Yeah, that's true."
That's wrong.
And I couldn't, like, actually do anything, right? I would still get, like, absolutely washed if I ever played someone who was actually good.
Yeah.
But I just always had that opinion until I went to a first tournament.
Did you try it, Smash 4 ever?
Yeah, I could beat my friends in it, but it just like wasn't as. I would always try to convince them to play Melee with me, and nobody would.
You know,
You're a trooper.
me and Mike, we were Smash 4 players. We would play on our 3DSs
I liked it on 3DS.
at parties. We would
That's
sit.
so cringe.
We would sit. Well, it was college freshman parties in the dorm.
That's even more.
Before people showed up. Hold on. You know the context.
No, it wasn't cringe. It wasn't cringe. It was based. It was cool. We were the heroes of the story.
We would be pre-gaming. We share a bottle of Rube, and we'd be playing fucking
As you do with your DSs.
Yeah, Rube, love Rube, and just playing some good old 2-stock 3DS. If we were like really pre-gaming, we would do like if you lose, take a shot, and if we were behind, it was stock, take a shot, and it was very cool and hype and pog. Let me tell you.
I like beating casuals in Smash. That's what we're doing this for, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. I like a 1v3 in Melee if we're playing in that way. I like a kind of close-ish but still win in the Smash 4 and Wii U with fundamentals. Like just load up your Yoshi or load up somebody like Sheik that's kind of similar to how they might play in Melee. And just fundy. And it's like a magic trick.
It is. It's like, wait, you're not running at me, huh?
Yeah.
I even enjoyed doing that for Ultimate, like just like at the tournament, like casually watching an Ultimate set sometimes. I remember there was one time where me and Matt Dezeb were very drunk in the venue, and we were watching Ultimate from like the side in front of the stage, and we were like, oh my god, this is Mars. We know that guy. He's from New England. So then he's on stage, and then we just started like screaming like, fucking go Mars, like louder than the entire crowd could possibly be. And we're screaming at the top of our lungs at this point, like almost out of breath. And then after game 2 ends, we're like, that's not Mars. And then we just like slowly dip away.
Oh my god.
It was very bad. There was a lot of people looking at us like so confused.
Commentating Ultimate is it's actually closer for me to commentating League than to commentating Melee, because it's a lot slower and the moves are much more visually like punnable. Like Bayonetta summons a giant fist from the ground. It's very hard not to be like expressive about that. There is nothing that weird in Melee. There's not even anything close.
No. It's cool though.
I guess, but
I want to play Bayonetta for those forward.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea if it's good to like play against, but it's very fun to watch and say words about.
Yeah, to the combo game. Hey Ryan, how did Melee fixers do their thing?
Let me tell you, Patty. Because we've seen the Arcana mod, as you mentioned, Jack. We've seen Beyond Melee that added Raichu, good job. But we've seen way more things too, such as the Blue mod. And the Blue mod, don't mind your peepers. The Blue mod
Spoilers.
is a mod that adds Lucas to the game, which I thought would add, like was part of the Arcana mod thing. It's not. Just someone else modding Arcana to do some crazy shit.
Is this the shit Mewtwo King
And
had?
then the version
It is the
just,
shit
you've
King
just
had.
entered version hell.
Yeah. Now, granted, and once again, when we bring stuff up, want to reiterate. If you want to fucking mod Melee and do your thing, go wild. Be creative. Make your thing. Go ahead. I'll post it out there. People might play it.
Creating stuff is cool.
Creating stuff is cool. Create stuff.
a loser.
But Miss Lucas
Don't be a
is
failure.
fucked up. You seen this shit?
This is fucked up.
You seen the gameplay,
Isn't
Ted?
it just like Ness?
No. It's fucked up. It's weird. His up B goes instantly. It's not like a fucking thing he angles. He's go up and down.
I thought that was a glitch.
No. it's fucked up.
This thing is broken.
Lucas has air dashes. Like his neutral B is like an air dash.
So this guy he was on one making this character.
Yeah, yeah. And
I want to make a character. I'm coming around to this idea.
and that's what I
I'm going
thought.
to make a character where I always win.
And that's what I thought. I thought, oh, this character's fucked up, right? And I see his trailer, his Blue mod. I shouldn't say his. I don't know them. They. I see this trailer, Blue mod, and then I see 3 little columns. Column 1, we had Lucas. That's phase 1. Phase 2, phase 3. What is
Like
and
Marvel.
they announce
A lot
what
of
phase 2
phases.
is. What is phase 2? We're gonna add Roman
Thanos.
cancels.
What?
You know what Roman cancels are?
Of course.
It's from one of the.
Go ahead, Ted.
It's one of the
Enlighten
fighting
us.
games.
I have no idea.
It's when
Roman cancels.
it's when you have an empire, but instead of
you say,
extending
"Nah."
rights and franchising, yeah,
You hire a bunch of barbarians to invade.
it's when
E2, Lucas.
Roman canceling is when you hire a bunch of barbarians to sack the capital. Shots to the Gaelics, I think.
It's a
What
fucking.
are they called?
It's
Germanic.
a Guilty Gear mechanic. It's like some weird thing where you punch someone, it pauses them in the air, gives them a little timer, and then you follow up and hit them some more.
No, that's actually sick. Yeah, that was a mod for PM that they did. They did Lethal League. PM.
They're adding it
really
to fucking
cool.
this.
No, you have to watch it. It's actually really cool.
No. I'm with
Dumb.
10. It is stupid.
So they get frozen like the ball in the baseball bat challenge,
like
The sandbag?
freeze glitch.
Like kind of like Freeze Glitch for a moment.
That analogy is illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
They're doing illegal shit with Ness's brother.
It's dumb, but have fun, kids.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, isn't it just crazy? People want to like add all these mechanics, and like to me, as like someone who we make things for people at Allston Melee.
We do that.
And we make things
said
saying, hey, we make things for an audience. Like we know that most people are going to enjoy a video about commentary duos in Melee.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Melee, you'll probably be semi-interested
It's a
in watching
subtle
a video.
distinction: top 10 commentators versus top 10 duos.
Yeah, yes. We
Have you already done the commentators?
No. We'll get in there though.
Holding on to it.
But
No, it's not next.
But then I'm thinking like, so who are you making Roman cancel Melee for, other than people who think that Melee is missing something?
The fake
Thoughts?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I think there's this fantasy that people that have played a little bit of Melee, but it isn't their primary game, or they play a lot of Melee, but they also play a lot of other games kind of equally time-wise. Like, there's a little bit of this fantasy of, oh, Melee is so good, but yeah, there's just, imagine if we just pushed it a little further. And some of them might just be modding and like lighthearted, but yeah, it's a little bit of a weird thing because the game is so old now that the only people playing it kind of usually come at it with a very competitive mindset. This is a game that I play to play against other human beings, and the characters are a means to that end.
And I love this game.
Right. The modding comes at it from a much more 2001 through 5 angle of like, I like competing with people, but I come to Melee because it's a game first and because I enjoy the characters. They start with the game rather than starting with the competition. And from that mindset, like making a new character makes sense. Whereas from like maybe you or me, I'm here to play against somebody. The fact that Toad is or isn't in the game doesn't matter because Fox Falco is going to be fun every time.
Yeah.
And I can play it forever.
Differing opinion coming from Patti. Special Melee kind of sucks. Giant Melee is kind of cool. There's a couple of them that are like kind of hold weight.
Lightning Melee, thank God.
Yeah.
Create Suppy.
Yeah, a lot of them kind of sort of suck. Gonna be honest. Don't think a lot of them are that good. However, I think the idea of adding more shit to that, like this, where it's like a different special Melee mode, is cool. I like that idea.
Like volleyball and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
volleyball's
say,
a great
I'll be
version.
frank, a lot of it is probably that most of it just sucks. Like volleyball like was accepted widely because it was fun and good.
Yeah, totally. I love the idea of adding more game modes in that way. It doesn't really disrupt anything that goes on with Melee. It's just like adding a different thing of that.
Yeah,
I
a
think
different
that's
way
cool.
to use your existing skills.
Exactly.
You don't have to learn new mechanics like per se. Like in volleyball, it's the same thing when we're talking about the stage versus characters being added. Stages are different because they're neutral to the character that you're bringing into the stage. Whereas a character is just such a whole different thing. Like it's exponentially bigger because you have to learn every single character
Every interaction.
and every single stage. With just the stage, you just have to learn the stage. It's actually an exponentially smaller like brain hurdle.
We've seen fucking other mods too. This one's adding like Cloud to Melee. It's like basically just Mars, like just all this stuff. Like
You only need to get a job.
well, I mean, it's good also if you're the creator. It's good resume building too.
Fuck your hobbies.
And you might as well post it, right? Like, hey, I'm modding this game. I can code. I can do this shit. Like,
yeah.
here's my
No, unironically, Melee is just such a canvas for college like resume builders.
yeah.
Because like
true.
you
In all
can
senses.
do anything and get measurements on how effective it is. Like
True.
it's very open season on a recognizable IP.
But as we leave this lovely Splinter mods kind of topic, I just want to shout out good old Skitter City Saturdays.
Sick name.
Which is a weekly Beyond Melee tournament at smash.gg/SKET Skeet. They host weekly, I assume, tournaments. I think the first one's coming up on 8/7. Well, we're gonna be at gtown tournament. They're gonna have a Beyond Melee event. So all my fellow Raichus, go represent. And isn't it funny that the number one player, Patti, the number one ranked Beyond Melee player, is this guy named New Guy.
Oh, he's really good.
Who plays Ganon?
Oh. No, yeah, he's just really good.
I'll chop his shit up.
No,
I guarantee you, I chop his shit up.
I think he
They
plays.
nerfed Fox in that game, Jack. I don't know.
Still chop his shit up. Ganon sucks. That you can't change that.
I think he
It's in
plays
his soul.
Falco and Melee, but he's actually taken a bunch of tournaments recently.
In what game?
New Guy is a tag of a new player. I think he plays Falco. I'm not actually sure, but
Okay.
he's like actually really fucking
Plays
good.
Ganon in Beyond Melee. I know that much. Saw the trailer.
Yeah.
But just want to shout it out. If you're interested in Beyond Melee, go end the event. Go enter that. It sounds fun.
Have fun with it.
Yeah. All right.
Hells yeah.
Let's wheel it.
Spin a wheel.
That's it.
2 topics left.
Oh, you didn't transition.
I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna just do one.
God. Here's the wheel.
I'm gonna just do one of these two because I've gotta go home.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the last one. Right?
Wait, it's not the last one. There's one more after that.
Oh, okay.
And arguably, it's when I want Jack on here.
All right, spin it.
before.
Spin it.
So
Spin
let's,
it.
let's do that now. We'll get,
Lie.
we'll get back.
Wheel banished. We're taking our destiny
we'll
into
get
our
back
own
to that
hands. Now it's just an agenda.
I love the wheel.
Me too. All right, whatever.
Press-
I'll save a topic.
Press 1 into the chat if the wheel is God and we just killed him.
The topic is that you saw in the last part. The new video is up, and Jack, you were pronounced by us the number 9 part of
That's
number
the
9
best we're gonna get, man.
commentary duo of all
This is the
time.
peak.
Number 9.
This is the peak this is the peak of the summit. Yeah.
That is you.
Me and Jake were both so thankful, and like there's just this implication of like, yeah, 9 is good. 9 is good. Don't need more. You got it. Sell high.
The thing that I was surprised to go back that I didn't really realize is you commentated Zane beating HBox at Shine 2018 in winter semis.
That was with Fendi, but
Yeah.
I commentated with Jake at Smash and Splash. I commentated 3 different sets of Zane versus HBox at different tournaments and watched him get one game better each set until finally he won with the Shine one with me and Fendi. Like literally that's like what made me like stop going out for commentary gigs, because I was like, oh, it's not going to get better than that. It's not
Yeah.
going to feel better than this.
I've peaked.
Yes. And I was like, this is what I was sent here to do. I've done it. Everything else is extra credit.
Mm-hmm.
But now y'all got me and Jake all nostalgic, and we're like, where are you going this year? Where are you going?
I was actually thinking that we were talking about in the entry for y'all that like how we we met you, how we kind of got that
The big fan.
the royal flush.
Mhm.
And then I remembered just the other day that I actually met Jake earlier.
This whole story is just riddled with holes
I
that
met-
have
I
been
met-
revealed as you've rehashed
that.
it.
I met Jake earlier.
That's the thing with every Royal Flush story, because they're just so drunk the whole time Royal Flush. So none of their stories make sense till like they put the pieces together on them. It takes a second.
I was going to Genesis 4, my first out-of-state major with my brother. Not my first out-of-state. My first flying somewhere major with my brother. And we had a layover in Chicago. And while we were in Chicago, it was really rainy and shit. Like not like abnormally rainy.
The
just
Windy
like
City.
just like a normal amount of rain, like a rainy day.
On the rainy
Nothing
day.
crazy.
You gotta break out your piggy bank.
So me and Zach, being shitheads, go, man, Chicago sucks to each other. And then we proceed to fly the Genesis. And while we're like walking around doing our thing, there's this big group of people over on this like lounge area who are getting super loud and drunk about Chicago. And me and Zach will go over to him and laugh or something and go, haha, fuck Chicago. Chicago fucking sucks.
You're a social terrorist.
To which, it's a Boston thing, but to which, who I would come to realize was Jake waved me over. It's like, hey man, come here.
I'll take a challenge.
Let's come here.
Say that, say that again.
No, not say it again. Like more like, why are you saying that?
Yeah, he's
Like, come
very
here.
curious.
Come here. Well, tell me your story.
Come, sing me the song of
do you
your
want a
people.
beer? Like come hang out with me. And I talked to him and I explained my side. And he goes, yeah, it might have been raining that one day. I don't know if that means it's bad, but yeah, that's.
You can hold that against us if you must, but you might be better off if you don't.
And I remember walking away the conversation being like, yeah, that Jake guy is pretty cool. Then the CEOs were all flushed being like, his rule.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, you were predisposed.
Yeah.
That's very funny. That actually explains so much better why you would be so instantly big fanning. It was like you had an interaction that should have been negative, was really positive, and then you saw the dude later and you were like, that guy and the other guy too.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Well, I remember also seeing you guys on commentary at the other event, and I was like, oh shit, like, these guys are good. Like, they're here? I like these guys.
Yeah.
Good companies are hard to come by. Like,
I had hair on the top, he had hair on the bottom. That was the bit. I've ruined it in the years hence, but
But so you presumably watched the video.
presumably.
How do you feel about the list? How do you feel about how the
I agree. I thought the
would you
most,
put anyone higher or lower yourself? It's your own opinion. No shade to us. Just,
it's tough.
What do you think?
It's tough because there are very few stable duos, and a lot of them are inventions of TOs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember complaining to Webs. I'm just gonna go for it, and I was like, I'm always put with Ro. I complained to Jake too. I was like, I wanted to be put with Jake on stuff, and I'm being put with Ro because Ro's top player. And Jack is new, and that's how we're gonna. And like in the TO's minds, when they constructed the commentary rosters, this like made sense, right? And it was like an Evo thing where Evo was worried about hiring 2 people that they didn't know. And so like there was a lot of that period right after Royal Flush where it was like the stable duo was just eviscerated by the situation.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually how Fendi and Webbs started, was they just kind of got thrown together because they were the 2 best commentators in the Midwest, right? That were available, and like commentators, not players that were on their side gig or TOs on their side gig, commentators, as their primary contribution as a public Melee figure. They both are excellent players also. And I actually thought you guys were fucking brave as shit to put them in the list because people are still like, finally, I think that the tide has shifted away from the like knee-jerk anti-Fendi shit and towards the like, wait a minute, I can't actually think of any sets that I didn't like Fendi in. It is like the new thing. And yeah, I think that they're a duo where I wish more people would remember the growth of that duo and where it started versus where it landed. Like, let people have a chance to vibe with each other. Some people, they instantly have chemistry, and that's wonderful. Some people, they gotta learn it, and they gotta kind of get there, or they're just by getting to know each other. And they've gotten a lot of cool sets.
To pick your brain, so I have two big questions about our list. So we had Scar and Toph and Homie Waffles and Phil in 1 and 2. Scar and Toph was 1 for most.
They're both 1.
They both won.
In my opinion.
Scar and Toph was 1.
Do you have the full list?
They're the last entry.
They're both 1.
I don't remember the full list. Do you have it in front?
Husband and wife for number 3.
Scar and Toph. It's Homie Waffles Phil. It's wife and husband.
Ludwig Slime.
Ludwig Slime's the one I want to ask you about.
Sure.
Bish and Chillin. Number 6 is Blur and Mango. Number 7 was,
don't agree with that.
of course, Webbs and Fendi.
Yeah, Webbs and Fendi. Number 8,
Mr. Love and
Mr. Love, King Funk.
And 9 was you, and then 10 was Walt and Radar.
Yeah.
You got some indie picks in there. That's
Hell yeah.
That's deep cuts.
I guess it really said duos are hard to come by.
Yeah, you gotta find 10 duos.
Yeah, I don't think Blur and Mango constitutes a duo, and I think I
commentated a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't think they were
found a
either.
lot?
And then Ryan, like, they've been commentating since like Kings of Cali too.
That's weird. Yeah. Okay, then I'll buy it.
Yeah, Mango's been routinely put on with Blur.
That's so weird.
I know. I thought they were just like an SSS thing for a while, and then I learned.
Okay. Then I guess I buy it. Yeah, there was a lot of comments that were like, why didn't you put examples? And I was on the fence about it. I was like, examples are going to polarize this video. Because they'll stop focusing on here's our opinion as Allston Melee and start focusing on do I agree with their opinion instead of a celebration.
That's a great point. So I was looking at those comments and I was more on their side.
I think either way would have been fine.
Like a comment, an example might have been good.
Yeah, maybe just like a
here
little
or
bit.
there. But like Patti, what do you think as a video creator? You were the one kind of doing this shit. Like, because
Did you just forget?
I know a big part was
totally intentional.
We want to keep the video short.
Not even that. If the video is better as clips, then we probably don't make that video. The reason why we made the video,
Smash at that point.
Yeah,
talk about it.
It's a GR Smash video. The reason we made the video is to like highlight where these people came from, why they're good at commentary.
I like that.
Yada yada. If you want to look it up, you can look it up yourself. But that's like, we're not here to show you necessarily the best clips of these people because we're not a clip channel. We're talk about why they're important.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You did not include homemade waffles and wobbles, which would be.
They were. I mean, if we're gonna,
I think if you're doing top 8s, that counts as stable because the viewership is so high.
But we weren't trying to put duplicates.
2 of the same.
Because then Lovage would have been on, and Lovage should have been on.
That's fair.
Lovage and
but also your point, it's still fair. Like like people were snubbed from the listing as far as like
because of their
stable
stable duos.
Yeah,
and we kind of set up like, hey, we're gonna do a commentator specifically video. Where it's like to highlight the singles.
But I kind of like the idea of like people that are known as the duo more than they're known as the individual. Yeah. So like, when you think of Scar, you really do think Scar and Toph before you think Scar and a bunch of other people who's great at comment. Totally, Scar and homemade waffles are homemade waffles. So that at that point you're just building a top 10 bit list if you play that game. Yeah, it'll just be the 3 people
top 10
duoing with each other in different. Right, it'll be 4 people in different permutations. I like the slime and lead pick. I remember when they first got on, we talked. We like my belief was, you guys need to change like 5% of what you're doing, and you can do any top 8 you want.
What was the percent you were thinking about?
They needed to have a little bit better breaks on bits when the set was getting exciting, and the players needed to be at the forefront. But I also think, we talked about this, I think maybe last time, that commentary is very, very subjective. And so as a commentary manager, my play was I want everybody to have the flavor they want at some point in the bracket. There are flavors that some people don't like and flavors that some people like. For top 8, I want the flavor to match the flavor of the event, and that will still lead to some people like it, some people don't like it. But this will be our like. So for us, that was homemade waffles Phil when we could get them, and then it moved to homemade waffles and Vish, and then homemade waffles Vish webs was like the final iteration, and I think that was really good.
Yeah, and the top 4 were kind of the way that they were because a lot of them. Because they all added something that was outside of commentary, right? They all like Ludwig and Slime, for instance, have continued to host biggest tournaments possible on their platform.
I think that's the best. That's such a good way to handle it.
Yeah, and like all of them added something along with their commentary, like outside of the game.
We've joked for so long about you should have options for your commentary tracks, and they've done it. They've achieved it. You can just go to the Ludwig stream if you want to see Ludwig do it, talk about it. And I actually think that they're just good. I don't know. I don't think there's any qualms about it. Like, they're good for blah, 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 or they're good for XYZ. I think they're just good.
It's a weird Reddit opinion to be like, yeah, I like them, but, they just fucking...
I think they rely a lot on analogy and metaphor to explain game concepts rather than encyclopedic regurgitation. And encyclopedic regurgitation is a negative sounding word, but like it's fun to hear like an LSD or Logan on commentary and like explain stuff. Totally. And they usually actually explain it quite simply. But what to me is the difference is I actually think analogy and metaphor are like at the heart of how people learn. And so to me, pairing a Logan with a Slime who can make a funny metaphor out of it is actually like, if you want your message to sync or to like stick, you need that.
Totally.
You need somebody to make a metaphor that will get stuck. You need somebody to be doing the dipping of the toes into that pool of knowledge.
And dipping of the toes.
That's sick.
Jack, there's one thing I want to ask you before we end this off.
Oh, I have a thing before that.
We can have multiple to-do lists.
I got you. We're working on, so of course, not maybe immediately, but like soon, a single commentary video where we're focused more on people that were maybe not so paired with someone else, but like, you know, have bounced around per se.
Sure.
Is there anyone who you think would be like a must-have on this list, or like we have
Who are the
comments in
mercs?
our thing,
Or even
like,
a deep cut.
Even deep cut's also welcome.
Yeah. I would actually urge you to continue to make the video specific. I think if you just do a flat top 10 commentators, it's going to be really hard on you. You might be able to do it, but like I think you could even build up more and be like top 10 solo commentators, top 10 trios, or top 10 like of a certain kind of commentator, or top,
Totally.
or even if it's matches, like top 10 best commentated matches.
Totally.
So like a Chris versus Net 123 is like
True.
one of the best commentated metrics, because I think that there's this conception of like
Overhyped.
there are mango, yeah, maybe overhyped. Yeah. There are mango tournaments.
I don't get it.
There are mango tournaments where he plays like shit, right? And like you don't put those in the highlight reel. But like the peak mango events are gonna get more viewers than the peak armada. So anyways, the point being, I would love to see a ton of content where you guys drill down. Deep cuts for some of my favorites. And it's hard to say, are they the greatest? Because it's like saying, is somebody great if they never traveled? Because commentating in top 8 in a big moment is like different.
It's a lot of work.
It's a different challenge. Yeah. And a different audience like that needs. Parzival from Michigan is all super underrated usually. Frigid from Indiana. Those are two people that I always hired who didn't really travel outside of the Midwest because they had jobs or something and lives.
Whatever that is.
Right. They didn't want to. Right. The other thing about commentators is like these are the best ones of the people that show up. There are people that are better than me. There are a lot of people that are better than me at commentary that didn't show up to shit. And that's how it goes. So I would think of maybe some of those for solo commentators. This isn't always true, but I tend to gravitate towards the model of leader follower in Melee as opposed to play-by-play color. Sometimes we do PvP color, but usually it's not really like that. It's more like there's just somebody leading the conversation, the other feeding material. Wobbles is a crazy lead commentator. Commentating with Wobbles is like being on a train where you have no control where it goes. And to me, that's very comforting.
Toph is like the best support commentator.
Support. Toph is a really good support. So like, who are the best support commentators where no matter who is on the mic with them, they will make them shine.
That's probably the problem.
And then who are the best like lead commentators? There are people that are amazing lead commentators that have very low patience for if their co-commentator isn't pulling their weight.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. That's a skill. And if you don't have it, that doesn't mean that you're not valuable. It hurts my feelings to be on the other end of it, but I get it. It's a thing. So yeah, that would be my advice. Like I think of, it's such a different thing to be inside of it. My favorite people and my favorite commentators to cast with are very different than I think, and biases me towards who are the best commentators, because I like a commentator. I like commentating with somebody that makes me feel safe and makes me feel like liked. And like sometimes that isn't actually the best product. Sometimes it's fine to have a little bit
but
of
it's good for you.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fine to have a little tension.
I like a little tension.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, you know,
I like a little tension.
is that like a lot of our comments talking about maybe not some of the deep cuts, but like, you know, your Lovages, your Progs who were snubbed from the tournament. And I know Patti wanted to mention something about, you know, those kind of instances.
To look for those people, I would say give them a high-low. So look at a pools match where every incentive in the world would tell you that they should treat this like dirt, right? Because it's really easy for commentators to be like, it's pools, it doesn't matter, we're gonna phone it in. And that's not to say that their style is like different. Like sometimes people phone it in and they're funny in pools, and the product is still great. Sometimes there are commentators that are great in top 8 that phone it in pools and it shows.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're evaluating your top 10, look for the sets where they needed to nail it. Right. They needed to nail it because it was important. Then look at the sets. These would be like my 3 categories of ways of judging. The sets where they didn't need to nail it, but they made it great. They elevated it. Their presence made it better than if it had been somebody else. And
They added to it.
Where you're like, I am so glad that it was Scar or I'm so glad it was Prague that told me this. And then the third one is, how do they do when it doesn't really matter and it doesn't need to be good? Doesn't mean that they're like at their peak, but like, you know, I think this is something that I've been guilty of, and a lot of, I think, commentators are guilty of. You get so addicted to the big moment that you kind of suck when it's not a big moment. So I'd look for commentators that are good when it's not a big moment. And when, you know, it's 90% of the rest of it. Because 99% of the time we're commentating, it is not the big moment.
I'm with you.
Very true. All right.
I feel like the big moment's easy.
I have a bone to pick.
Can be.
I need you guys to think of funny jokes while I get a little serious right now, okay? So think of funny jokes. Cool. Got funny jokes.
Got it.
All right, I have a bone to pick with the comments. I understand that not a lot of people from who watch the podcast live or even comment on the podcast are probably in this boat. But that said, last video got a lot of comments. And all right, so first off, just blatantly saying this, we are never going to put someone who has been accused of something awful on any one of our videos or even mention them in any sort of case. I understand that like this specifically kind of affected someone else in the thing, but that's just never going to happen. So on that note, stop saying the names of sexual assaulters in our fucking comments. It pisses me off to no fucking degree where like 1/3 of the comments are just highlighting someone. And like, if you fucking are just someone who just like click on this video just to like, oh, what's this melee thing? And then you scroll down and then you just see that, you're going to go and look up this person. You're literally giving sexual assaulters a fucking platform on our comments. And if you continue to do it, I'm just going to make it so you can't fucking comment on the videos anymore because it pisses me off more than fucking anything. So stop saying the names of sexual assaulters in the fucking comments before I turn the fucking comments off. And jokes.
My
The
wife
chief is not one of those people that you can name, but he would be in my top 10 commentators.
Yeah, it's you know, people just gotta fuck off. That's just the simplest bit of it.
The Save Melee Committee would be my number 3 top 10 commentary trios.
You guys are fire.
That's best trio. There's not a lot of stable trios, so we might only have a top 5 on that one. But
Hey,
definitely making it.
We'll make it work. Yeah, just hey, it's coming. The people that deserve it will get recognized in the future. The point is that YouTube frogs, as we call them these days, they only are known for their GR Smash watches and shit, and that's all they fucking know. So I don't blame them too much, but also you know, if you know why they're not on the list, you shouldn't be fucking mentioning it, and you shouldn't be bringing it up. So that's the easy way to put it.
I was fighting people in the comments. I'm sorry. I got baited.
Dude, you see Walt on Radar fight that guy?
No, I didn't see anything.
Some guy was like, yo, Walt Radar on this list?
Oh, yeah,
fuck
right.
that.
Yeah.
And then both Walt and Radar replied to it being like, yo, what the fuck?
I think Walt said give us some more time. I thought that was pretty fun. That's a classy way to deal with it.
It was good, man.
I got a question. Would you be willing to do like different numbers? Like, does it have to be 10?
We'll get there eventually.
Why not 9?
What
did 9 ever do?
After we exhaust all of our top 10s,
This Roman bullshit.
all of our
This
cringe
imperial
top 10s.
This is the original imperialism that you're doing.
10 has the number 10 has YouTube clickbait.
Why couldn't it be 11?
I didn't make the rules.
Have you tested it?
No, but I don't know.
I want to see the data.
You just tested.
Somebody proved to me that 10 is better than 11.
I think the only way that we did
telling
it.
people it's 10, but we just have 7.
This is a compromise that I would like.
Very funny.
I'd be so down for.
I think if the video called for it, we might do like a top 15. If we're just like we're snubbing too much shit.
And they still say top 10.
In today's top 10, we're talking about the best players. There's only 7 of
15
them.
best players.
Everybody else sucks. We wanted to say top 10 because, well, YouTube is hell.
Top 10 trios. There are only 6 trios, but that is more than 10 people. So we do get that.
Top 10 people who have been in trios. It's actually 9 and there's only 3 trios. Go.
And also reoccurring members.
Right.
Yeah, so we have some great times here, and I think that's going to be our show for tonight. Jack, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have any plugs you want to offer before we hop off this bitch?
I was gonna say, but I'll phrase it this way. I want to thank my girlfriend for not being pissed at me for going way later than I said I would.
Sorry, Jack's girlfriend.
But probably not gonna plug my That's we can't. There's gonna be no plugging in this situation.
Cool.
Okay.
I think I've lost those privileges. I got a private account. You can try to follow me. Who knows if we'll get through?
Do your worst.
I will look at your feed and I'll pass judgment, and many have failed.
Yeah. Ted, final word. Who do you think is going to do really well at gtown tournament?
Ooh, Lint.
Jack, give me a random answer.
Gtown.
That's a sick answer. Ryan?
It's me, duh.
I'm going to say Glock my Toyota.
We didn't give a
Glock my
phrase.
Toyota's going to go off.
If you made it this far, just say, no phrase!
No phrase.
And here is, we're going to pull forward a second. And now we're going to end the podcast.
Yes. Sayonara, Jack. Thanks for being on. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Sorry we kept you a
goodbye,
little too long.
everybody. Thank you.
Toodaloo.
Here
I am
is
wearing
the end
pants.
of the stream. It's cool
So
and
you know, I
simple.
am wearing pants.
People love streaming. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Suicide.